I don't even have them pulled up on my computer. So, what is Scooby? Who out there? Ain't nobody out there.
I'm out
What
here.
is Scooby?
I'm out here in this thing.
I'm talking to the people. Ain't no
I
people.
know.
Ain't no people. It's all good.
Somebody gonna come in.
You got a little bit. You put your earphones in because I can
I'm,
hear you.
I'm I'm working on that right now.
Yeah, it's a crazy day. I don't
I
feel
swear that
well.
notification late. It just came through. Let me see. Oh God.
Oh well, we got two. So whoever you are, whatever two you are, say hello. I'm having like the most grumpiest on the wrong side of the bed this day. I'm unprepared, but we here. It's Saturday. That means we are doing this weekly wrap up where we're gonna power through this week's entertainment news. As soon as I find the document, I'm gonna send this to my co-host here in case you had forgotten. We've got Davina with us today. She gonna be helping me drag through this thing because I don't know what's going on with me. Yep, I don't know what's going on.
It's gonna be all right.
Yeah, it's gonna have to.
We gonna make it do what it did.
We got some. Gonna have some stuff coming your way in just a second. As soon as this loads up.
All right. What's going on with my shirt? I think it's my dress is twisted because I'm sitting on this pillow.
Oh, you was ready today, huh?
Yes, Lord, I don't want my hiney having those problems again. I was all messed up, girl, all messed up.
Oh gosh. Did I send it? I think I
I
did.
got it. I
Okay, I
just
don't
got
know
it.
what it do, Mr. Brown.
Hey there, Mr. Clarence.
I'm 100%. Well, no, I'm never 100%. I'm 97% sure that we won't see Lysandra here today
Oh,
because she moved
yeah, I
and you
remember
got to
you
hook the
telling me.
doggone cable and all internet and all that stuff up. I'm like, girl, you're supposed to protect the Wi-Fi at all costs, girl. That should have been transferred a week early.
Yes, scheduled.
Yes, indeed. That's what I did. I'm like, I know I can't make it like a day without that Wi-Fi, baby.
I'll be like some crack. Like, where's my
I'm
Wi-Fi?
sitting here twiddling my
Where's
thumbs,
Wi-Fi?
like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Talk to these kids?
Look,
I
I know
don't
what to
even know
do.
these
I'm
people I
going to
live with.
sleep. I'm going to sleep. Get it.
You know what I did? What I did yesterday? What it do, Mr. Reinhardt?
Hi, Mr. Reinhardt.
You know what I
What you
did
do yesterday?
yesterday?
What?
I told you like when we got off of yesterday from Film Review Friday that I was going to watch the Wheel of Time episode that I hadn't get caught up, and I
Mm-hmm.
did do that. So I didn't lie there. But I was supposed to start filming the Buffy the Vampire Slayer stuff, right?
Yeah.
But as I'm watching this Amazon the Wheel of Time, another little notification was like Harlem. And I'm like, what
Oh, look.
what the heck is Harlem?
Oh, on Prime TV with
Yeah.
what's
So
her name? Megan Good.
yeah. So I'm like, what is Harlem? And then I clicked on it, right? And I'm looking, it's like this whole Sex in the City vibe. I'm getting this entire girlfriends feel. I'm getting living
Yes.
single off of this
Yes.
thing. And I'm like, this ain't stuff that I watch. Yet I stayed watching it for the next probably 4 hours. So needless to say, something is really wrong with me if I am watching these girlfriend type show. It was good. I haven't finished. I got 3 episodes left of this first season, and I am really liking this. And that is totally out of character for me. I'm very serious. Very serious. Oh, what? Make good. Where you signed up, Clarence? Make
Yeah.
good.
Look at that. Look at that.
He is on this show called Harlem, and it's
Yes,
on
I saw
Amazon
that.
Prime.
And I
And
was gonna look it up.
yeah, I'm usually not into that type of stuff. I don't know what made me hit that button. And then I was just in. I was in from that point on.
So let me tell you what I was watching yesterday, because I've been trying to be cheap with the streaming. So on BET Plus, there is called First Wives Club, and this has Jill Scott in it. So I watched the first episode, and I'm not sure about these other ladies, what their names are, but one of them is Michelle Betu. She's a comic. She actually has a comedy special on Netflix.
You know I'm not a funny bitch. You know I'm not a funny bitch. I rarely know the comics.
Whatever.
I am not a funny bitch.
Whatever. But I got to watching the second episode, the second season, because I wanted to make sure that I got to see it finally. So I watched that. So while you were doing the girlfriends on one end, I was doing the girlfriend thing on the other end. And I watched Raising Kanan the whole way through.
Oh my gosh. So when did you sleep, bitch? Because shoot.
I washed clothes. I brought the clothes in there. I folded them up while I was watching it. And
girl,
I put it on pause. I went and cooked and came back to it.
I didn't I couldn't do nothing. Once I started that Harlem thing, I don't know, maybe it's something changing with your girl. But once I started it, I couldn't move. I just ordered some food. Like, I've been trying not to do that because I'm getting round. I've been round. I'm getting rounder.
Look.
Oh gosh.
But
I ended up, Taco Bell in it last night. I think I had, and I was, I was a little lifted, so I had a lot of Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, and like,
not to mine.
Girl, Taco Bell sends me
cast iron stomach when it comes to Taco Bell. Remember, I was a GM there for years. That's like eating a turkey pot roast. That's what Taco Bell is.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Okay, y'all, I'm sure y'all have had enough. I just ain't talked to her yesterday at all. I didn't talk to you at all, did I?
Just online.
That's
about it.
I haven't talked to Lysandra. I have truly, I wasn't feeling well. I've been laying around a bunch, and I am, I guess I just need to talk to my girls because I got a little bit of energy right now. So let's get it.
I got some revelations for you when we get off of here too. Some things that I done decided.
Oh geez. That sounds like a whole different podcast of life decisions and shit. All I want to do is watch movies and TV. You talk about real life decisions. I've got some too, though. So we need to catch up. Yeah,
you got to get on that Wheel of Time, though.
I watched it.
You did? Oh, you watched that too. So you enjoyed it
first.
Oh, okay,
that's who told me about Harlem. Wheel of Time was like, oh, you watch Wheel of Time, but did you see this? Like, oh wow. Okay.
We got some people talking about Reinhardt said, "Did you check your Twitter?"
Conversation, and we're gonna put all their business out there too. So where was we at? Reinhardt, because Reinhardt contacted me on Twitter and was like, "Clarence, is Clarence on Twitter?" I said, "Well, as far as I know, you could catch him on Discussing Network or Discussing Trek." I guess Clarence was trying to tell him how awesome his show. I guess Reinhardt was trying to tell Clarence. Is that what I said? Anywho, I guess Reinhardt was trying to tell Clarence how good his show is. And then you need to, what do you need to say, Reinhardt? You need to say thank you to who for telling you about this show? I didn't hear no thank you from me putting you on to Discussing Track. I'm going to need to hear a thank you. I'm very, very sensitive about this shit.
Okay, Erykah Badu.
You say Erykah Badu, you knew where I was going.
Yes.
Okay. Now that we have officially talked 10 minutes about stuff outside of movies and TV. No, we did talk movies and TV. Y'all know that I did the film review yesterday for I didn't create no graphics or nothing this time because yeah, I was lazy. I told you what I was doing yesterday. So we did the film review for The Power of the Dog. I don't know how many people are going to give this movie an opportunity, but I'm telling you, it's a great, fantastic movie. A couple of these movie awards fests, I guess they agreeing. I guess you could tell I got candy in my mouth too, so I'm gonna try to hurry up and get that out of my mouth too. Oh gosh, I got to put the thank yous up here. Oh gosh. Okay, but yeah, this movie is getting a little buzz. Again, I talked about it. The New York Film Critics Circle Awards yesterday. They went ahead and named The Power of the Dog their best movie of 2021. Let me see if I can share my screen. That might help. Now there was that one show that I didn't, or that one movie that I haven't watched just yet, and that was Lady Gaga in what is the name of the movie? House of Gucci. God, what is wrong with me?
Got you. It's all right. I got you.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet, and I do plan to. I don't know when I plan to, but I do plan on watching it. But Lady Gaga won for Best Actress. How about I just slide all the way down here to where they starting just naming the winners? Okay, we had Best Film, Drive My Car, Sideshow, and Janus Films. Best Director was Jane Campion, The Power of the Dog. Best Actor was Benedict Cumberbatch, The Power of the Dog. Best Actress was Lady Gaga for House of Gucci. Best Supporting Actor, Cody Smith-McPhee, The Power of the Dog. And I really didn't want to go over all of this. You see, West Side Story is here for Best Cinematography, though. I didn't want to go over each and every one. I just really wanted to reiterate that The Power of the Dog is expected to be a contender for a lot of awards in for the Oscars, and it looked like it's gonna make me it's gonna make my boy's chances a little bit harder. Will Smith. Yeah. I mean, not saying that I don't think his performance still stands up. It does, but I'm like, I think they kind of, I think it's kind of stacking against him. His performance still holds up, but this performance from Benedict Cumberbatch was off the wall good. Somebody that you just don't expect to be that asshole. He was that asshole in this movie. Played that character so well. Believable. Then this Cody Smith-McPhee kid, he did the Best Supporting Actor. He might be in for a real fight in that position, but this Benedict Cumberbatch performance was fantastic.
Since you keep raving about it, I'm gonna try my hardest. I
mean, don't force yourself to watch because it's a Western. And if you're not into Westerns and that sort, don't force yourself to watch it.
This may turn my mind around because the reason why I don't like Westerns. My grandmother, she had us watching Rawhide. I know that song to this day.
Rawhide.
And I haven't seen it in years. And I'm Stacey.
Like, sorry.
She made us watch that, and I was like, what is the purpose? Like, why? But since you're saying that it's raving, I wanna at least give it a chance, and then I can call you and say, okay, this is what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give some movies that are outside of my spectrum or my usual spectrum a chance.
This movie,
just like you did Karen.
See, Karen was supposed to be like a psychological thriller or that type of thing. The only thing this movie was again, I can only
Train wreck.
relate it to is this dumpster fire. It's like it was the dumpster fire of 2021. I would never recommend anybody. See, because I actually paid to watch that movie. I would never recommend anybody to watch that movie if it's the last movie. If it's between
I
that
know.
movie and watching paint dry, I'm gonna tell you to take your chance with the paint. It was terrible. This movie was freaking terrible.
Now
But
I saw
anywho,
it. I saw Karen pop up on my screen, and I was gonna watch it just because you talked about it so bad. But they said I had to pay for it. I was like, I will not.
yes, I paid to see that movie because it was requested by a viewer. So it was only $5. It was $5 too much. I'm sorry, Stacy. I'm coming back to you. I appreciate you saying that I'm awesome. And it's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. uh, Reinhardt said, "Wheel of Time is off the chain." It is now that we're cooking with
Yes,
grease. I thought this
yes,
episode was a little. I won't call it underwhelming because I had that same feeling about another series that we are all watching too this week, that it was just an underwhelming episode. But no, it wasn't underwhelming. It just didn't have as many huge reveals as we
like
saw last
where?
week. So it was like, you know, yeah, we had to go to a funeral, and maybe that made it underwhelming to me. But yeah, I
That
think
was weird.
yeah, they're the way that uh the way that they put their dead away, it was weird
Yes,
because when you saw where they put the Aes Sedai lady, it was like a clock, and
yeah.
it was only two spots missing. That the 12. Okay, nope, no spoilers. We'll talk about spoilers. Wheel of Time tomorrow. I almost went there. I almost went
I
there.
won't be here tomorrow. I gotta go to
Oh,
that
but
place.
you can always watch the rebroadcast, sis.
I don't want to do that. I want to be in the midst of things.
Um, Quit your job. Oh
Could
gosh,
be.
easier said than done. Wink, wink. We'll talk. But yeah, that was so that was I don't know how we came back around to Wheel of Time. Oh, Reinhardt, because
Yes.
he always is the person who takes me off a track.
And Clarence
Uh,
still haven't watched it.
I
Clarence,
don't
you're
know.
gonna have to get on it.
Well, shoot. I mean, at this point, you might as well wait till the whole series out, and watch the whole thing. Just do that, Clarence. You ain't got to be in no hurry, brother. I don't
He wants
know.
to be in the midst of things too. He wants to talk about it, just like we want to talk about it.
Clarence knew
That's
what we
how
was
I
talking
feel.
about.
That's how I feel when y'all talking about Discovery, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to. Now, my next thing, if I can do it today, is I'm gonna watch Hawkeye.
Oh, okay.
I was
Now
watching the
that
game
was the
last
other
night.
underwhelming. It wasn't Hawkeye that was underwhelming this week to me. It was Discovery. But again, if you're into those conversations, join us tomorrow where we'll talk about that at length, because tomorrow is Stream Something Sunday, which is a spoiler-rific affair. So if you want to be spoiled on everything, bring your ass to Stream Something Sunday, and you will see just how good I can spoil something for you. But I mean,
Oh no.
hopefully you will have already watched it. That's what that show is for.
Okay, I'm back. I
Okay.
went away for a second. I'm gonna have my earbuds in tomorrow. I'm gonna be at work listening.
Okay, don't get yourself fired on your day off.
Not my day
Oh
off. I'm
gosh.
supposed to be there.
Yeah, you're gonna be there. I'm sorry. Let me see where we at now. I gotta
So go
stop
to our
sharing that.
second story.
Our second story is, remember some years back that one lady had been texting with this young man, didn't know this man from Adam, and then she ended up accidentally inviting him to Thanksgiving, and they ended up just staying with it, like for the
Yeah,
next however many years. They
five
have been
years.
they've been hanging out on Thanksgiving, And now Netflix is gonna make a movie about it. Now I don't know what this movie, how I don't know how this is gonna become a movie. However, if it's like one of those little feel good stories, I can't complain about it. What are you feeling about this becoming a
Talking about that
movie?
view.
Huh?
What, it's a wonderful thing. So I'm gonna put that out there. This is great that this, transpired by accident and then they've kept the party going. I,
Yeah,
I I'm all for that. But a movie, you know what? It's so much mess going on out in the world. I will watch this
I
and
think I
give it a
would too.
chance. I'm gonna
And
watch
look,
it and give it a chance
he was a
because
high
it
school
involves.
senior when this stuff went down, and now he's a young adult. And they, it's not about the family you were born into. Sometimes it's about the family that you choose, and I believe that
Mhm.
that they have chosen each other as a family.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be different.
yeah. I like the uplifting things. It's just so much
Hmm.
going on out there, and if these two people from different worlds can come together and have a good time and partake in food, like that's
Right.
one of my favorite things to partake is food, and it have to be good because he keep going back. So
Or maybe it's not good. I think I would hang honestly, I would hang out with somebody who made me feel good, but they couldn't cook. That ain't that important to me. You make me feel good. I'm gonna remember that more than I'm gonna remember, that the potato salad wasn't just quite right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna remember it. If I don't like your potato salad, guess what I
I
can do
don't
next
know.
year? I'm gonna bring the potato salad.
Bring my own. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Take
shoot,
I
if you
take
in a
I
good
take a
company,
survey. I'll take a survey before I would, do you need me to bring something?
they're not gonna
You
say they
know,
need you to bring anything.
I'm gonna
You got
just
to be
bring it
smart enough
then.
to know. Last year, I went to this thing without anything in my hands, and I didn't eat nothing. This year, I'm gonna bring something that I can eat, and then maybe maybe next year it'll just get to the point where I'm cooking the meal, and I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay if I get to cook. Y'all just come over here now, shucks. But yeah,
But
I think it's a
beautiful
beautiful
story.
thing that these people still are continuing this friendship. He's now got his little girlfriend. And
Yeah.
just as a good feel good story. I
Yes.
don't know how we making a movie out of this. I don't know how long this movie is gonna be, but yeah, I'm interested. I'm in. You had me at
On
Sweet
Netflix.
Strangers at Thanksgiving, and nobody ended up dead. Great.
When I saw this, I was like, what? I've seen this story. I said, okay, all right.
Um, so can I ask y'all a question? Y'all know
Go
whose
ahead.
birthday it is today?
Yes. We know.
Have I talked about his
Jay-Z.
birthday? Oh, okay.
Happy
So
birthday. You started last week.
I didn't say happy birthday
Okay.
until yesterday. I didn't actually say those
No,
two
no, no, but
words
you told us
together
about it.
until I
I
wanted you
did not
guys to be
know that
prepared
his birthday
for this
was.
man's birthday. And because it's
But
his birthday, we're gonna talk about him a little bit. Not in the way that you
all
think,
right.
but in a little uh uh hey, did you guys at any time think to yourself, you told us about Jay-Z
Self-serving.
a million times. So it's possible that all of her Black media trivia questions are going to be about Jay-Z. And since y'all like finishing lyrics so much, all of her Black media trivia questions are going to be I'm going to ask you. Ooh, I'm getting an echo. D, is you still?
Okay, that was my phone, so I got to get
Oh,
ready to
okay.
answer
I'm about
some
to say
stuff.
because
I can't let Reinhardt and Clarence beat me.
I
No.
so we got a song. You guys are gonna finish this lyric, okay? Well, I'm gonna wrap up to a point, And then when I get to the point, that's where you guys fill in that
Oh,
lyric. Okay.
she's giving her talents. She's displaying her
Oh
talents
yeah,
today.
because you got to. You
Oh
got to.
my.
He said, let me see, what song am I gonna do? He said, I came into this mother F 100 grand strong, 9 to be exact, from grinding G packs. Put this S, I guess I could cuss, it's my shit. Put this shit in motion, ain't no rewinding me back. Could make 40 off a brick, but one rhyme could beat that. And if somebody would have told him that Hove would sell clothing, not in this lifetime, wasn't in my right mind. That's another difference between me and them. What did he do? That's another difference that's between me and them. Y'all know the next lyric?
I don't know about this one.
I almost said it. I don't even have my voice together right now. You don't know?
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna go on to the next topic. While y'all think about that, because Annie live was something that Lysandra was really excited about.
Yes, she was.
I put this in here specifically for her, and didn't know that her her cable wasn't gonna be on. So it's looking like people might be interested in this Annie remake. I'm not particularly excited for it. However, I can understand why you would. It's a live rendition of Annie. Um, you've got a very diverse cast, so that is one thing that people are. I'm gonna have to ask y'all a real easy one the next time. Um, now that girl that played with Jamie Foxx as
Uh-huh.
Annie a few years back, have we seen her in anything else since then? Let me put
Not
her
that
name in the
I can
search.
remember.
I don't remember anything else either. Let's see. Search Google for her name. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all the answer.
I just put some there.
Where's that? Oh, I smarten up. I open the market up. Yeah. 1 million, 2 million,
Hey!
3 million, 4. Oh gosh.
Oh, I'm like, oh my God. I don't, I was like, I don't know about this one. Ooh.
In 18 months, 80 million more. Now add that number to the one I said before. You are now looking at a smart black boy. Mama ain't raised no fool. Put me anywhere on God's green earth. I'll triple my worth. That man, and he didn't lie. That
So
was truthful.
duple his worth.
Hmm.
And I
But yeah,
loved it.
so this Annie remake, just in case somebody else is interested in it. When does it even come on?
I thought it came on a second. I think it had
Girl,
already
am I
came
still
on.
talking about Annie and it already came on?
I think it came on December the
It probably
2nd.
did because this was a show from. I mean, this is a article from December 2nd. So shucks, yeah, I might have picked a bad time to talk about Annie Live because it may have already came on. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't have anything that says. uh, yeah, it doesn't have anything that says flipping what time, what day, and I'm still looking for Kevin Janae Wallace
Mm-hmm.
to see what else she has been in.
Yeah, it
She's been
came out on
in.
the 2nd.
Okay, so I missed it. Not that I was going to watch it. Hope Bun watched it. Okay, so we can get past. I guess you could probably find that on Peacock though. Now that
Okay.
it's it's already been a live show. Guess who is not the big man on campus at Disney anymore? I mean, he is, but he ain't. There's somebody above him, and I don't think he expected this. And that is Bob Chapek. Bob Chapek is the new CEO of Disney. So I have had my issues. I've got problems. I'm not a Bob Chapek fan of the way he's been doing things, specifically and mostly and most importantly, and at the top of my list, the way he handled the Scarlett Johansson bullsh. That was some bullsh.
Okay.
Um, what was I going to say? He yeah, he's just been a negative force to me in the Disney. He's like he's a Sith CEO of Disney. Okay, then we got Bob Iger, who was
Mm-hmm.
his boss for many years, and Bob Iger promoted him, put him in the spot of CEO. That might have been a iffy decision. We'll see. We'll see from Bob Iger. But
Mm-hmm.
Bob Iger, when he was the CEO, he also held the distinction of being the chairman of the board as well, which means he was his own boss. He was the man. He was
He
it
has say
when it
so in
came to
everything.
answering questions about Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So many people, many of us said, hey, if they're gonna give are they gonna give Bob Chapek the keys to the kingdom like they gave Bob Iger? And the answer is a resounding no. Disney has announced that it is replacing Bob Iger, who is wrapping up uh, decades of working with Disney as their CEO and chairman. They are wrapping that up. Susan
It's a
Arnold. Susan Arnold is now going to be the chairman of the board, and that is going to be effective New Year's Eve.
yes.
Now, she's been a member of the board for 14 years, but now she
Mm.
is the chairman, and I'm super excited about that because it means that there is somebody who is going to be critiquing Bob Chapek's performance. Now, I don't know if she's Team Chapek. She might be his biggest cheerleader. But right now, it's looking like she is a buffer between the shareholders and what's his name, Bob Chapek. And I kind of like that. I don't want Bob Chapek to have the keys to the kingdom. He's already proven that there is a gap that he has in maybe the knowledge of how to deal with people one on one. If you're just a data person and everybody that walks past you is just a
Number.
percentage
Yeah.
or a number, uh, that's not the person that you want to have all the power in your organization. Those people have their place. I don't even know if the place for a person like that is as CEO of a big company, but he's there. Okay, so he's
Mm-hmm.
there. It would have been a mistake, I think, to give him like the keys to the kingdom and just let him be the man around Disney. I know you probably had very little interest in Bob Chapek up until this year, and I pretty much me either. I didn't
She's
have a. Oh my!
sorry. My
You're fine.
my
You're
dress
fine, girl. You are
is
fine.
switched because I'm sitting on this. Oh
You
Lord, did
look.
I
Let me give you.
almost
Let me
fell?
get yourself together. Go ahead and fix yourself.
Okay, I think I'm centered now.
Okay, okay, because I know the feeling. Be sitting on something bunched up. But
Gosh.
yeah, how do you feel about the decision to put somebody else uh, as the chairman, somebody that he has to kind of, in a low key way, he has to answer to, especially making it a woman. But we can skip the woman part. But
I think that someone else felt the same way and they thought that this needed to be changed.
So I'm gonna say, yeah. Well, before you go on, so you were saying basically it was intentional. They just don't have confidence in this guy.
Yeah, probably some things that were brought out, with the
Mm-hmm.
Scarlett Johansson thing, and it could be some other things that we don't know about
Of
that has
course.
happened, that got them to, be like, okay, you know what? Maybe we need a new face in here. Maybe you have too much say in what's going on, so we need to relieve you of one of these duties.
Well, see, he was never given the chairman duty. Bob
Mm-hmm,
Iger specifically handed him the CEO,
mm-hmm.
but it was thought that since Bob Iger held both positions,
That
that
he
he
would
would
hold
be
both.
that it would just go without saying. And I feel the same way you do.
Well, then maybe somebody thought, okay, well then maybe you don't need to assume this. We're gonna give you one task to to concentrate on, and we're gonna put somebody else that maybe has an unbiased view on what's going on, and because the thing is, they're trying to make the company better, and they don't want what happened with Scarlett Johansson to happen again.
and,
So
and
you need
I'm going to
some.
even say this. I believe that what happened with Scarlett Johansson might not be that much out of the ordinary. It's how it was handled.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think with Bob
Mm-hmm.
Iger, it would have never gotten to the press.
This
It
far.
would have never
Mm-hmm.
gotten to us. We shouldn't know about this. Yet here I am with all I have is a computer and a mic, or yeah, a computer and a microphone. I know all about this, and now I'm talking about it. I shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
even know about that. But it's because he
Yeah.
tried to save face in the media, and it's a possibility that it hasn't been handled that way in Disney, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why they said, this is not the first time you've done this, because he's
Yeah.
done it since. Not to
So
that
and it's going
scale.
to be, but this is going to be the last time. That's what they
Yeah.
basically saying.
Well, you can do it, but we can write you up for it too. The chairman of the board can she is the only person who could replace him.
Mm-hmm.
She is the only person who can say, we don't have confidence in this person. We are going to replace him. Not saying that that's going to happen, but it could happen. You
Mm-hmm.
can't, now he's got the pressure of having somebody to answer to.
Mm-hmm. So now that means he needs to do his due diligence and what he's supposed to do. Because if
Mm-hmm.
not, then there's going to be some repercussions.
Yeah, so play to your strong points. I don't pretend like all of it is your specialty, because obviously it's not. That's why you build a team around you to fill in the gaps. But
Mm-hmm.
instead, he's doing all this talking. I should never know this man's voice already. I shouldn't know. I shouldn't know already. And he pulled the plug on my stream for the Disney Plus day, so I ain't forgetting about that either. Shapeback. Uh, Clara said Bob Iger has proven himself. He wish he knows more about the new person at the head. Shapek kind of lost it for himself. So the new person is that Susan Arnold that we were
Right.
talking about, and I'm going to give you a little bit of her resume. In addition to her role on the Disney board, I don't know I don't know what's wrong with my mouth. I'm asking it to do one thing. It's doing something entirely different. This has been for like 3 days straight. In
Oh.
addition to her role on the Disney board, Arnold has had career stints as an exec at investment
Investment.
firm, the Carlyle Group, as well as at Procter and Gamble. She has been a board member at McDonald's Corp and NBTY, which I don't know what NBTY is, but sounds like Susan has got a history of working in high positions, and this is nothing new to her being on as an exec in a large corporation. Now, what is it? Procter and Gamble is not Disney. There's two different kinds of things. So yes, we need to kind of keep our eye on uh, what she can do as far as being part of this family. Uh, that's what Disney is all about. It's all about family and stuff. And let's see what how she can be a part of this family corporation that's leaning heavily into families. Maybe the McDonald's thing kind of can part way compare, but it's still not Disney.
Yeah, I looked up what the MBTY, and it's the Nature's Bounty, the vitamins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what was I going to say about Susan Arnold though? There is another thing that Bob Chapek is a big proponent for,
Mm-hmm.
a direction that they want to take Disney Plus. It has been stated like that Disney Plus has fallen off on new subscriptions. It's not growing as quickly as it was in the past. So now
Mm-hmm.
they are looking for solutions like why or what can we do differently that would make this our subscriptions continue to grow. One of the things that has been suggested is that we take Disney instead of just only having family content, that we start to put some like more hardcore, more rated R type content on Disney
Mm.
Plus. However, just put it behind like
Parental control.
yeah, parental controls. So if you've got this situation where you got a guy who is going completely against what you tried to build up, Bob Iger, this was his whole thing. Is no, no, no. That's what we got Hulu for. You want to put some rated R content or some adult type content, put that over on Hulu. That's what it was for.
Mm-hmm.
However, this or stuff that is just not family oriented, put that on Hulu. That's ours too. Bob Chapek is saying, no, we want to make this part of Disney Plus, and we'll just put it behind parental controls. I think maybe that might have played into the decision that we can't leave this man with, it's like having your friend who's could be drunk half of the time. You just never know. But this is your ride home. You know what I'm saying? Now, you never know. At any time of day, this person might be drunk. This is your friend, no, and you the only one with a car. When you're leaving the bar, and do you give them the keys or do you drive it your damn self? And to me, I'm gonna go ahead and drive myself home. I'm gonna invite you to come lay on the couch. I'm gonna take your keys upstairs with me so that you can't drive. If you're gonna fall asleep, you fall asleep in the car. I think this is the feeling that they have about Bob Chapek. Bob is drunk again. Get the keys. So that just to avoid that, they just gave somebody else a car. Susan Arnold now has the car and the keys.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and Clarence said, I don't think they'll do that. They just made a huge deal with HBO Max. Who made a huge deal? Disney? Did I miss something? Because
Oh,
that Disney and HBO Max, if they
wow.
team up together,
That's crazy.
fill me in, Mr. Brown. Tell me what am I missing about what you just said? Because yeah, I don't know. Disney made a deal. He said what? I'm looking at Reinhardt's. It said avoid that registered somebody else. Okay, I'm gonna close that because I don't know if it was part for us and part for. But okay, Disney made this deal. Where was I at when this Disney HBO Max? Oh, they got a bundle.
Okay. I was just about to say, it looks like it's a bundle. Yes.
Oh, they got a bundle. Where was I at? I wonder how much that costs because I wonder if it's cheaper for me to get this bundle than to just have this HBO Max. And they still got bad information on the when I searched it. So I'll keep on looking for that because it's still saying stuff like uh, you can't bundle them anyhow.
Hmm.
Hopefully, and I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel. If they put it behind a parental control, if they had like Deadpool, that movie, if they put that on Disney Plus behind parental controls,
Mm-hmm.
uh, would it taint the image of Disney? That's the question. How bad would it be uh, to people who are there specifically for the family stuff? Now
So
I see that I got that one, Reinhardt, but I'm talking like if they're able to bundle uh, HBO Max into Disney Plus, where they are both benefiting from that subscription, I do think that could be a game changer. I don't know. We'll keep our eye on it. I don't know enough about what's going on, what the premise is of the deal. So I'm gonna have to look that up, and then we can really talk about it a little later. I hate to be on the fly, and I'm already like for some reason 10 seconds behind where I'm supposed to be. I don't know. My mind is just not working the way it's supposed to today. But
so
anywho, you
so
said
I'm
what?
wondering, are they going to take out the ESPN? Because what they really
Um,
need to do is they need to put Disney Plus and Hulu Plus. I'm sorry, Hulu Live,
well, they
and then
do. You can get Hulu when you get Hulu Live now. You will get Disney Plus, but because it's going to cost like $5 more than what it used to cost. So when you get that Hulu Live pack, it should have ESPN and Disney Plus should be now added to that.
well, I need to go back and look at that because that's not what's happening on this
Yeah, they
end.
just did it. Like let me see now.
Because I just got Disney the other day, but it could be because Disney is under me and then Hulu is under hubby, so that might
Yeah,
be why.
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to fix that.
Put it all together. Because I'm
So
trying to see. You said Hulu Live TV price increasing. So this was from what day? November 19th. So not too long ago, a couple weeks ago.
mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna share. I think. Oh, that's what I have to do. Girl, I'm telling you, Disney is gonna give Hulu Live TV customers access to its two other premium streaming packages, Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, whether you want it or not. So if you've already got Hulu Live, you didn't need to order Disney Plus because you got access to both of them, whether you want those things or not. They're there. That was beginning. Oh, wait a minute. I'm jumping the gun. It's going to begin on December 21st. So come
Mm-hmm.
December 21st, your subscription price is going to go up on the Hulu Live TV, and you're going to get ESPN and Disney Plus.
All right, I can watch some games. I like that
Yep.
because
And
I noticed a lot of the games are coming on this NBA
TV or whatever.
thing. I'm like, oh, so that's good. $5
Right.
more.
$5 more. You pick up two services.
It's not bad.
Uh
Check it out. Let
Let
Hubs
me see
know.
if you go back up and pick up these comments. Because girl, he said we already got the bundle from Disney that gives me Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. So yeah, but now if you have that live TV, it's going to come as part of that package. You don't even have to to order the bundle, whether you want it or not. You're gonna get ESPN. You're gonna get Disney Plus.
Got it.
And he said, "Yeah, but I don't understand why they would do that." Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I mean, I guess in a way, if you get both of them, then they get more subscriptions. But that's straight up their competition. Hey, I'm all for it if it gives me a better deal. Yeah, I don't know about the HBO Max thing. I'm still trying to. I'll iron that out, and we'll talk about it probably tomorrow at length, unless Clarence has got some more details. Yeah, let me see. Clarence said, "I think it's an amended deal for the Fox content, but only through 2022." The Fox content. I'm just, you know what? Because I'm trying to think, and to be quite honest, okay, it's just us, right? It's just us.
It's us. Go
It's
ahead.
just me, you, Clarence Reinhardt, and two other
Face.
people who are not saying anything. But that's okay. You guys can be quiet. Let me tell you, I've been in limbo about this these little pains that I'm having. And you know, I can talk myself into having all kinds of health problems when I feel a pain. It's like, oh God, I'm dying. So in order for me to get here today and get out of my head about these pains that I'm feeling, I ate a gummy before things got started. And I could just be so scatterbrained because I'm high. Okay, so now I've been honest with you guys. You guys understand now
I
what
already knew that.
I mean. I know you probably knew I was high, but they didn't.
Jesus Christ.
Goodness gracious, for me to be this doggone scatterbrained.
You need to do
Yeah.
half before you go on the show. Don't do a whole one.
I thought, let me see now. How do I put this? I thought that I had a certain amount of
Tolerance.
tolerance. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, it's just anywho. Let's go to the next topic because girl, we got to get through this.
Went straight to your bloodstream.
Yeah, it's there now, and I can't get it out. After Matrix Resurrections and Marvel issued an ultimatum, this star chose Keanu Reeves. Now I don't know if that would be uh a decision that most actors or actresses would make. Like if you had an opportunity to work to be part of the MCU or to work with Keanu Reeves, and this might be your last opportunity to work with him on something like The Matrix, would you work with Keanu or would you go and do the Marvel thing?
I think I would do the Marvel thing because of the longevity.
Yeah.
Of working there. Like we don't know how many Matrixes coming out, and you seen how long it was before this one came out. But with at least with the Marvels, you know you got a job for at least 10 years because
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Going off of what you always talking about, they're too old. They've been doing this for 10 years or more, and they're aged out. So I'm just gathering, like, hey, if they're young on the young side, then I would probably go with the Marvel. And I mean, not throwing off Keanu Reeves because I love him, but
oh yeah,
I don't know, but I don't think I would have.
Well, the young lady
said, maybe I would have tried to do both.
But they told her she couldn't do both. Now the actress in question is Jessica Henwick, and so she was on Game of Thrones. She was on Iron Fist. So Jessica Henwick is about this MCU type life. She knows what to do. She, I guess, is looking at it like this is it. This might be the last Matrix movie. I will never get an opportunity again like this to work with Keanu Reeves in the Matrix. So she chose to play Bugs in the Matrix instead of being in the movie Shang-Chi. Now, uh, Shang-Chi, she probably would have been tapped to play his sister. And if she was tapped to play his sister, then she would have been looking at movies, a TV show. You know, you're getting the whole Marvel treatment.
Yeah.
But with this Matrix thing, it was this movie, and we're not sure what we're going to do moving forward. But for her, she said it was a red pill, blue pill moment. And I can kind of get why she gambled the way she did. Number one, we don't know when another MCU or no, I'm sorry, we don't know when another Matrix Resurrections or Matrix movie period is going to come around. So I can see this might be it. This might be my last opportunity to do a Matrix movie. But Marvel, I'm already part of their family, right? Because I've already been in some of her shows, and they've talked to me about this one. Maybe because they put out movies so regularly, they'll look at me for something else in the future. So I can kind of have my cake and eat it too, because they always coming out with new movies and new content in the MCU. So I think that was a gamble. I still don't know if I would have taken the gamble, because we might end up jumping. You know, we never know when this whole thing is going to jump the shark and become irrelevant. Yeah. I think it'll be a long time before Marvel or the MCU becomes irrelevant, but it's a possibility at all times that it can happen, you know.
And then I'm thinking on the devil's advocate side, like, hey, will they come back to her, or will they hold that against her that she chose to go with, you know, working with Keanu Reeves versus them?
I think it could again work both ways, because one thing the MCU has not had yet is Keanu Reeves, and they want him.
Yeah, I was saying you said something that came up on Twitter about a couple of months ago, and then they took it down. You were telling me about it.
But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, they want Keanu. There hasn't been any. Nothing has been solidified that we know just yet. Thank you, Reinhardt. Nothing has been solidified that we know of right now. But I got to go through all the comments so I can get to his. Yeah. Well, shoot, we'll get to his first. His got money attached to it. I mean, really? Where the dollars at? Shit. Okay, now I'm at the point I want them to stop showing Spiderman trailers. They're overdoing it.
Yes, I agree with you, Reinhardt.
Okay, we're going to finish this Iron Fist thing, because Clarence has some things in here too. And but we are definitely coming to the Spider-Man stuff. Now, what the hell was we talking about? Oh, they want Keanu Reeves bad. So her having a relationship or having a movie where she's worked with Keanu Reeves might play into her favor even more. They're not going to let him get too much older before they offer him something in the MCU.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. I'm like, okay, because he kind of old already.
But see, they just like they got Christian Bale. They're not using them as main heroes. Like Christian Bale, who, of course, you know, he was Batman in the Christopher Nolan movies. Well, now he is playing Gore the God Butcher in the MCU. They're not using him as a regular hero who we're going to have a 10-year arc with. Or even if we do have a 10-year arc with this villain, we can do it just like we did Thanos. Thanos, from the beginning, was a big purple guy with the booty chin. So we know that that is not what Josh Brolin looks like, but he could play Thanos forever because he's an animated type of CGI type character. And I don't know what they're doing with Gore the God Butcher. I think that's going to be a more practical villain, but still, as long as we can keep you covered up, you could be a villain forever. It's the hero. You got to suspend your disbelief with these heroes, you know. Even when Anthony Hopkins was playing Odin in the Thor movies, did you believe, because this is a character that's supposed to be old, didn't you believe that, okay, this is a character, Anthony Hopkins could really be Odin until he couldn't. And then what did he do? He died, just like he did in the comic books. So I mean, it's a lot, it's a lot of ways that they can bring Keanu in and still make it believable.
Okay.
And where we at with the comments?
So you got to go back up because
I went too far. Okay. We had Clarence say the girl from Iron Fist. That's the last thing I saw. So yeah, her. He said he would have skipped the Matrix. Oh God, I mean it's, you can look at it on either side. Let's say devil's advocate. We can play both sides of this coin. This girl might have made the most genius decision of her life because she might get the best of both worlds if Marvel swings back around her way when they finally sign Keanu to something. And you know he's gonna get something. And oh, that was just his apology about skipping the Matrix.
okay.
And then
Okay.
go.
Okay, so kind of skip Reinhardt and go to Reinhardt's last post.
Okay.
Because it ties in with Keanu Reeves, and then we can go back to Spider-Man.
Okay, don't laugh. But if they wanted to reboot the X-Men finally, why not have Keanu Reeves as Professor X? He's old enough, and we've seen him bald-headed. Ooh, but to me, okay, the problem that I have with Keanu for Professor X is we're not going to get action hero. What's the point of having Keanu if you don't have him being his big action star? Yeah. I would rather see him as Magneto. I would rather see Keanu as Magneto. And then you get to see him, boy, be a beast at like everything the way Ian McKellen did in the other one, David Fassbender, is that his name? Those two actors who played Magneto, you get to see them do some dynamic shit instead of just sitting here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, you can hire me to be Professor X if all I got to do is.
Oh God, there'll be a lot of makeup involved in that talking.
Ain't nobody say now who they have been talking about for Magneto, because he don't get color stuck.
I know.
Remember how they, because they're talking. What is the one who plays? Oh God, he plays in The Boys. God, Giancarlo Esposito. They are talking about him for Magneto, and I am here for it. 100% here for Giancarlo. You know who he is, D. He played in School Days. He played in Do the Right Thing. He was always a jerk.
Oh.
He's just the older version of him. He is like the consummate villain in everything. I would like to see him take on that role of Magneto, because at least this way you're looking at him as almost like an anti-hero instead of a villain, and you can relate to why he's doing this. If you got this whole Martin Luther King, Malcolm X type of vibe between these two characters, Malcolm X would be Magneto, you know, and Magneto to me is a more interesting character.
Yeah, he gives them some good speeches.
Yeah, he's just a more interesting character. I like them both. I love them both, in fact, but he is far more interesting than Professor X.
Yeah, Professor X, he's in the sorcery realm and he gets weak quickly and it kills me. I'm like, why all the sorcerers or, you know, empathic people? I guess it's like a strain on their brain, but I mean, it's like was it? Oh, I told you the other day, He-Man. Oh, I can't hold it any longer. Hurry.
What the fuck was you watching?
Oh, He-Man. The sorceress.
That sounds like some girl rated X.
Look
He-Man
here.
After Dark
that
watching.
Was nothing. No. No, let's get back to Reinhardt. Good Lord. That's how she sounded. That's how she sounds. All of them sound that
Oh
way when they
gosh,
do it.
he man.
You know what?
Girl, read right our read his read his comment because I can't.
Which oh the spider which one? The Spider-Man?
I don't know.
You get on my nerves. So Reinhardt says that he is tired of seeing the Spider-Man trailers. Yes. I'm telling you, every time I look up on my phone, there is something that says something about Spider-Man. And
Well,
I'm looking at it. I'm like,
some of it is coming from Marvel itself, and then some of it is just some people capitalizing on the fact that everybody looking up Spider-Man. Can't blame him for doing that. Um, one of the things I've lost my breath from all that stupid laughing. One of the things that we came across yesterday, or was it the day before, maybe even, was that they are showing the press. You know how the press gets opportunity to watch the movie early, so that they can be formulating their reviews. You know, they can get the hype up about the movie and all of that. Okay. I heard from on the John Campea show that they're only showing the press 40 minutes of this movie, which
oh,
is not
that's not
something that
right.
they typically do. So I can guarantee you that what we've seen in the trailers is probably all within that 40 minutes that they are showing the press. We have not seen anything yet. Even though even though they are showing a lot of trailers, it's a lot of retooling of the same scenes that we've seen already. They just want to keep Spider-Man on your lips. They want you to think about this every day up until the day that it drops. Uh, and if they're only giving us something that's like within the first 40 minutes of this movie, then they haven't given us anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we can either do one of two things. You can
I'm
block
looking at it.
Spider-Man. Just block the phrase Spider-Man No Way Home in your social medias, and then you won't see or hear anything about this movie
But then I'll
before.
miss it if something good actually comes up. So I'm
But
gonna keep it.
what's going to possibly come up between
I
now
don't know.
and the 16th? And I'm not saying that it can't. It can. We can get another trailer or something like that. But
Why you playing? I need to be trying to make sure I give me and hubby some tickets because I told him that is date nights.
yeah,
Unless he got
if
to
I
work.
had a booth thing and we there, if well any booth thing, that's why I ain't got a booth thing probably, because out here they look at me like I got 4, 5, 6 heads and I'll be talking about this MCU shit. so so I'm like, well
They're not
shoot,
on your level
because
yet, dear. Don't even.
any guy who I date, any guy has got to be into something. You got to have something that I can talk to you about. And because I'm into a lot of stuff, it's really hard to not be able to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You're into sports, you're into movies, you're into some TV. You know, you can lose me on the TV ish, and but it's real easy to talk to me. Anywho, uh, he also said, Reinhardt also said, I didn't think about it like that. That's doable. That's absolutely doable. Keanu is Eric Lecter. Oh, Eric Magneto. Yeah. He said Giancarlo Esposito is beyond awesome. But him as Magneto, I wouldn't even be able to enjoy the movie because of all the outrage of the anti SJW. They would riot if you made Magneto a man of color. Um, they might. I agree. I don't. I would hope. I really hope that nobody else would give a fuck though. You know, don't give them
I,
the energy. It's a lot of people whose posts I don't even see no more because I just block them and the phrases that they use. All of that release the Snyder cut, release the Ayer cut, release this and that cut. doesn't make it through to my Twitter, doesn't make it through. If you use that hashtag and say those words, it does not make it through to I don't have to see that shit. So I stopped bathing. I stopped bathing in the negativity because that's enough to drive a person crazy. Finding out how many people actually don't like you for the color of your skin.
There's openings.
There's
Maybe we'll
openings
go
where?
see. I'm looking on Fandango to see if I could get these tickets in advance before it gets out of hand, because that way, hubby got a bowl that day. But maybe we can go early, 3:00. Yeah, because I
On that
want to see it.
Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Y'all theater, that's crazy. That them tickets is still available at your theater. That 3:00 Thursday screening. That
Well,
thing is, yeah. Is yours a AMC? AMC?
it is EVO. Okay, choose a time. I chose a time. Yeah, it's EVO. It's not AMC.
Oh, okay. Right. I said, Tasha, I'm going to share something with you, but it's a little controversial. Nothing dirty or anything. Lou Saucy. Yeah, share something, Reinhardt and Lou. I'm trying to see what your picture is, Lou. What is this? Is this the Grinch? What are you, Lou? You said, can you get a shout out, please? Love this, by the way. What it do, Lou?
Lou Sassel. Hi, Lou.
Hi, Lou Sassel. I'm trying to make sure I'm not saying something bad. You know how it'd be like, what did Bart used to do? And he would call the bar and have Mo yelling out stupid shit on The Simpsons, the prank phone calls. You know what I'm talking about? So I had to make sure Lou wasn't trying to make me be like Mo.
Oh, it's sold out for the 3:00.
That's what I was just about to say.
Well, then they need to not have it up there then if it's sold out. God dog it.
Yeah, I
Because you're
was
gonna
kind of
do
confused.
the
Like,
review
damn.
on the 17th, right?
But I'm gonna make it really, really, really a basic just review because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. And you know how usually I'll go into Sunday and start talking about it, maybe with a little bit more emphasis or a little bit more spoiler. I
Mm-hmm.
think we'll wait and we will come to a consensus together what we will do for the like spoiler conversation for Spider-Man because we didn't do a spoiler conversation for anything else. Shang-Chi, Eternals. We got to do one for this Spider-Man because of the implications and how many different directions it could take this universe. So between the normal the core group that is always here and anybody else, if you're here regularly and you just don't say anything but you're here, um, you can vote as well on what we're going to do to address the spoilers of Spider-Man No Way Home. When are we going to have that conversation? Because I'm pretty sure it's coming.
Can I be wrong to sit in the handicap section? Because that's all that's left in the very first row.
I probably wouldn't because it's such a popular movie and that there are people who will be.
Yes, ma'am. Fine.
Reinhardt said, okay, a bunch of the anti SJW had a fundraiser a while back, and and Zack Snyder appeared on this fundraiser because his daughter committed suicide, right? Um, Zack came on straight up, and he said Zack came on straight up and said he was not affiliated with a certain channel. He said he's about love and things that bring people together. that don't tear people apart. You should have seen those people's faces. They were pissed beyond belief. So what did they think he was going to get on there and say? The only money that I want is y'all's. Because I mean, if you get in there and you say the wrong thing to any aspect of your fandom, you lose. You potentially lose fans. So what did you think I'm going to say? I'm going to shoot myself in the foot and say I don't want these people to hang out with me or to be supportive of my projects that I put out? That would be crazy on his behalf. But that's just how those people are. They've almost taken they've almost taken things and turned it into like a cult, a Zack Snyder cult. And I'm pretty sure that Zack Snyder never intended for this type of thing to happen, but here we are. These people will not take for an answer that Zack Snyder is a movie maker. He's not responding to their cries. All he wants is to make successful movies. And if you help him do that, so be it, so be it. And he says, but that's the thing, Tasha. I don't know why these people gravitated to Zack Snyder, because he's never been like that ever. I don't propose to know what his personality is, nor should I care. Like, his personality is his business. I do know that one of my favorite movies for ever, the 300, was a Zack Snyder shit. You know what I'm saying? So all I care about is the end project or the end product that he comes out with, and I'm gonna either like it or hate it. There's really no middle ground for me with Zack Snyder's movies. However, this man that's all he said he was. He never came out and said, I'm trying to be a cult leader. And I want anybody who says anything negative about my movies, I want them to be attacked. That's not what anybody says when they come out. I could care less what that man's personality is. It's just like a lot of people can't swallow Spike Lee. A lot of people can't swallow, Ridley Scott. Some of the things that he says, Martin Scorsese, some of the things that he says. Say what you want. I'm not in this whole thing for your hot takes. You can say whatever you want. Put out those great movies. That's all I'm asking you to do. And if your movie is good, I'm going to see it. If your movie if your movie is bad, like and I F around and go and see it, I'm gonna shit on your movie. Like, every chance I get. I'm not gonna shit on you. I'm gonna shit on your movie, though, for sure. Oh, yeah, this is Sparta. That's
shout
what I'm
out
talking
to Karen.
about. Huh?
Shout out to Karen.
It is. It's always a shout out to Karen. Anytime we talk about shitty movies, where you at, Karen? Throw your hands up. Okay. Look, let me go to another topic. I don't know where we were. Hey, did you guys hear about the
we were going to talk about the
what? What happened, D?
No. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that did the older couple, you know how they have been, and I don't know if we've even talked about it on this show, where they have in like the California Beverly Hills area, they have been they have been following celebrities like home, and then catching them like right before they get into their house and robbing them. We had
wow.
Was it Trey Songz? Wasn't Trey Songz? It was the young man from used to do, God, what is the young man's name? Used to do BET's.
Oh, Tiger.
No, not Tigger.
Not him. I know who you're talking about because I told you, I texted you about it.
So we had him get followed home, and then he did this whole, robbery. Well, in this situation, they're saying that it's not that. I'm gonna just read the article. How about that? Because it's so fucked up. Like, excuse my French, but it's so messed up. The Beverly Hills Police Department. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to the top. The top is suspect arrested after Clarence Avant's wife, Jacqueline Avant, was shot and killed in a home invasion. So the Beverly Hills Police Department told E! News its communications center received a phone call at 2:23 a.m. on December 1st regarding a shooting that had occurred. The Beverly Hills Police announced on Thursday, December 2nd, that they've arrested 29-year-old suspect Ariel Maynor in connection to the December 1st murder of Jackie Avant. In a press release, the authorities stated that multiple surveillance videos showed a suspect's vehicle leaving the area where Jacqueline was shot and killed. Additionally, the Beverly Hills Police responded to a second report of a shooting allegedly involving the same young man, Maynor. Um, at the second crime scene, they found Maynor wounded by a gunshot, as well as evidence linking him to the Avant crime scene, including the suspected weapon. They believe the suspect shot himself in the foot because he's an idiot. Anywho, he was receiving medical care and he is booked into custody when he was cleared by the doctors. So, Clarence Avant is a music executive, and that is the Avant who his wife Jackie was the Avant that was shot and killed. I got a couple of phone calls saying, "Did you hear about what happened to Avant?" And I'm like, "No." And it's simply because all the people read was the headline. So if you read even past the headline, you would have known that this was not the singer Avant. This is the music the music executive, his wife, who was an older lady. It's such a sad story.
It is.
Because who would shoot this old lady like this? They also have this connection to Netflix. Ted Sarandos, the co-CEO and chief content officer, Ted Sarandos, is married to their daughter. So you have this older couple who obviously have been together for decades of their life, torn apart by some idiot who just wanted what they had, I guess. It's terrible.
I tell you, Pete, everyone has to watch with their surroundings. Everybody.
But if she was in her house,
yeah, that's true.
mean,
this is like this kind of resembles what's his name, Versace.
I mean, yeah, he was coming out of his house, so that's one thing. But she was in the house. So it's like he would have. You're talking Gianni Versace when he was coming down, and the young man pretended, I guess, to be some kind of fan, which I guess in a way he was, and he shot him.
This is so sad.
Yeah, it's sad. This couple. And they don't tell it how long they had left together, and that's stolen from them by this idiot. I haven't seen any pictures of him. I haven't been really looking. It did galvanize Black Hollywood, though. You had everybody from Oprah Winfrey to Tyler Perry you had a virtual who's who saying, we're going to do whatever we can to make sure this person is brought to justice. And it didn't take long. Isn't that crazy?
What we can do when we put our mind to it.
Yeah.
To the streets.
Yep. They've been married for 52 years.
Jesus.
Longer than I've been walking the earth. These people been married.
Both.
Huh?
I say you and me both.
Yeah. And you got somebody who just robbed them of whatever time they had left together. Gosh.
Yeah,
fucking shame. And since we're talking about crime right now, I might as well bring this up before we move on.
Mm,
When we were talking about
mm,
the young boy over there in Michigan who did that school
yeah.
shooting. Damn shame.
Mm-hmm.
You hear about his parents.
Yes, I did. And they so they caught them,
Mm-hmm.
but they're only charging them right now. This is what I heard as of today
Mm-hmm.
with manslaughter. I'm like,
The, the
what
the
happened to
parents.
not showing up to court, aiding and abetting, eluding the authorities? Like it was a getaway, it was a plan. They went and got $4,000 out of the
Yeah.
bank. That's not a down payment on a home. That was to get out and
Yep.
go
But
away and not be found.
okay, here's my question now. You're a white couple. Why the hell would you go to Detroit? Like, did they not realize
It's
they
gonna
was gonna
stick out
stand
like a
out
sore
like a
thumb.
fucking sore thumb? And that's like somebody I used to say about the one case that they have that's still open in Indiana where it was some two young girls, Abby, I think their names were Libby and girl, I can't remember. You have to ask me on a day that I'm not impaired. But yeah, what they what they were asking was for people in like Gary in that area to keep your eyes open, see if you see this person, and then they had this poster, and I'm like, that is a white man. If that man comes to Gary and tries to hide, he's doing the worst job of hide and seek ever because you are going to stand out. Gary, Indiana is what 90% black. White people can't hide in Gary, and I'm almost to the same degree as in
Michigan.
Detroit. How you gonna hide in Detroit? Everybody is when you walk down the street, everybody's head gonna be turning like, who is that?
Yeah.
Is they
Never seen
police?
you here before.
Right. Unless they are used to going down there, unless they have some type of problem where they're used to going to Detroit for something.
I mean,
Because
you
what type
supposed to
of
be
building
trying to.
was that they was even found in?
Now, I didn't find out those facts. I didn't know they got found in the building. But
Yeah.
what was interesting to me was I believe I heard on CNN, I think, is that um they had a press conference. The
Hmm.
prosecutor and stuff had a press conference letting them know like what was getting ready to be done. And they said usually you don't have a press conference like that until the people are in
In custody.
custody. So like
Well,
you telling them like,
you
hey,
giving
we
them a
get
head
ready to come
start.
get you.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
like,
like
and then
this.
they got a $500,000 bond. Like,
I'm like
really?
this. These people.
If you think that somebody's gonna pay this money, you don't think they're gonna try to take off again? Like if they did it the first time, don't you think they're gonna do it again?
Okay, so how much of it, if it were you, if it were up to you, what would you want to see these parents held for at first? Because right now they're going to hold them for something that they can prove right now. If they can't prove anything else and they hold them for this big thing and they can't prove that, then they're going to end up having to let them go anyway.
Yeah, they do.
So, huh? So like
Okay.
you arrest them on the highest thing that you can prove right now. So the
Mm-hmm.
highest thing they can say is maybe manslaughter because they should have known that their son. First of all, why would you buy this gun? This kid has already been displaying these kind of sociopathic tendencies. Then you buy the gun, you don't lock it up, you know. And there was another case out in Utah where that family felt like something was going on with their kid, and they kept going back to check to make sure that their guns and stuff were still in the right places. And one day when he went to go to school, they checked and the guns were missing. And they met his ass at the school and stopped him. Now he had already fired one shot, but his parents came in there and like wrestled the gun away from him.
Wow.
Because they know their child, and they also know we got X amount of guns. I don't know why they didn't have this child institutionalized or something like that, but they went and they did their due diligence in stopping their kid from being creating another massacre. This family knows that their child has a problem. They know that he is sociopathic. They know that they just bought a gun, like
for Christmas.
Yeah, Black
and
Friday.
I'm like, okay, if it was Christmas, why does he have it so early? I just got questions.
So I'm wondering if, right now we could say you knew that this child had these problems. You left this gun where he could find it. So you are at fault for that. You are at least getting hit with this manslaughter, at least. And then we're going to see if we can prove some other shit. Because honestly, I believe that was all intentional. I can't prove it. I believe that his parents gave him that gun because he was being bullied and he went to school and they told him, you do whatever you got to do to protect yourself. I believe they knew what he was going to do. And who waits till their baby is locked up to try to skip town on them?
Yeah, I feel some type of way if I was, him.
Yeah. Girl.
I just don't understand. Like, I would at least hold them without any bail.
Shoot, yeah, because 50,000 might be easy to come up with.
Yeah, somebody can put their house up.
Yeah. Yeah, 50,000.
I wouldn't put my house up if you ran the first time. You would just be in there.
Yeah, that's like saying I got 50,000 to lose, and I don't.
I was just flabbergasted, and it just makes no sense. It keeps happening over and over and over. And now these four, it was two 17-year-olds, a 16-year-old, and 14-year-old. Their lives, we don't even know what they would have been in life. Now this is a memory for everybody.
And just
the parents are heartbroken.
Yeah, just senseless.
And
it's killing. Like, let's be real. We live in a country that says my guns
are more important than your life,
than your children. Not fuck my life, because you know what? I'll stand in front of a bullet for my kid. Shit, I stand in front of a bullet for yours. I think I would. They got far more, to upside than I do right now. Like I said, I'm reaching the top of this hill. Their life is just beginning. I think I'd step in front of a bullet. But these people are saying, your little kids, we don't even care about them.
No,
we care about our guns more than we care about your children. You going to school, and this is normal. It's like the kids know what to do, get up under the desks and all this. They shouldn't know. They should not. This shouldn't be that.
And then the other part of that, think you can get time for killing an animal than killing a person.
Well, I'll say that you're gonna get time for either. You're gonna get time for either. But what they're not gonna let you do is continuously, okay, we locked you up for fighting these dogs or whatever, doing the dog fights. They're not about to let you have a dog no more.
Yeah. But
some shit can happen with your guns. Your guns could create a huge freaking problem, and you might be able to buy or get another gun faster than I would be able to get a dog. Tell me that makes sense.
Makes no sense.
Guns. We just a country of gun nuts.
And then everybody is pleading not guilty. I'm like,
oh yeah, I would plead not guilty too.
I just like, okay.
If I thought that I could say the right thing, look at what just happened with Rittenhouse. If I can say the right thing, hell yeah, I'm pleading not guilty.
Can act like I cried.
Yeah,
the worst acting ever.
if I get the right attorney, I'm walking away from this, or I'm gonna get the least amount of time possible, especially by this kid being what 14, 16.
He's
Shit,
yeah.
they can work in such a way. I ain't saying it's gonna happen. They can work in such a way that could be a juvenile thing. 5 years, it should be off your record. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that would happen.
But this is interesting that they're trying him as an adult.
Because yeah, and that's another thing. If you get okay, if you get a jury, and the jury has any sensitive person on there who was looking at this boy like a kid and who eats up whatever story that his defense attorney concocts, that fucks your jury up right there. You can have, all you need is one person to say, I cannot lock this little boy up forever, because that's what it would be if he was tried as an adult. It would be forever. And I can't do it. So they don't vote for guilty, and guess what you got? The hung damn jury. Young man still walking around out here.
I just, and it's just, it seems like it's like you know, one of these every 2 weeks, if not every week.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking like 50. This is the 58th school shooting since school started in August. This is the 58th. This is probably like the second one I've heard of. I haven't heard of the other 56. But yeah, so here we are. Same old stuff that we obviously grown used to. So F it. Right?
I'm not used to it. I just can't.
I don't want to be used to it, but hell, I'm not the one, you know, I don't control the part that's a problem.
They said that this is in America's gun violence epidemic. Oxford High in Michigan is 28th school shooting of 2021.
Now, how do I get 58? Yeah. Even if it's the 28th, that to me is too many. One is 28. 28 too many. Yeah. Speaking of spending too much, I don't know what that has to do with anything. That's a horrible segue, Tasha. Shame on you. You won't believe how much HBO spent on that failed Game of Thrones prequel series. That's not going to happen now. They've canceled it. They said we're not doing it. How much money did they spend to throw that just pretty much threw away? Freaking $30 million.
Yikes.
Then they say we're not doing it. We're not going to do it. It's not working out the way, it's not working out the way that we hoped it would. So we're not going to do it. I couldn't figure that out after I spent $30 million. That's insane.
Couldn't they just like put it out anyway?
Man, I would have to do something.
You get something back.
Yeah, I couldn't waste 30 mil. But to a big corporation like HBO,
write it off, I guess.
I guess it's nothing. It's nothing to throw that money away. It's crazy. The network spent more than $30 million on the pilot. Just on the pilot. That was going to be an expensive ass show. Now, when you think about like shows like even Hawkeye, 6 episodes, that series is budgeted at about $150 million. So 6 episodes at $150 million total, we're looking at damn near 60 million, or 20 million per episode. That's a lot of money for a series. Of course, they know that they're not doing a season 2, and they're not doing, it's a lot of things that you can already figure into why they would be able to spend that kind of money. But yeah, that's a movie budget on this series. It's crazy.
Hey, I'm not throwing 30 million if I had it on anything.
Yeah. But I guess that's the going price for having these big kind of world building series that you about to spend some money, but 30 million on a pilot and you decide that it's never going to happen. Yeah, something I would have to get something out of that deal. Something out of it.
Mm.
Yep. You don't know what. Mm-mm. I guess you guys know that it's coming.
Here it comes.
It's one coming, I think. I'm gonna do a better job at rapping too, because I've told you guys what my issue is today, so hopefully you can forgive me. I'm trying to find one. Oh, here it is. Here's one. If I can get, come on, come on, come on.
Have to get ready. How many points was that? 5, 4 or 5 for me. Trying to win this.
I gotta
Clarence and
look.
Reinhardt.
Yeah, you got 4.
That's
So
it. Hey.
Joe's mama had 1 point. Reinhardt has 1 point. And you got 4 points, and Clarence has 2.
All right.
It was one song that I was thinking about. Y'all ready? And I don't even know if it's anybody else out there. It might be just you right now. Which he said, "Good dude. I know you love me like cook food, even though a nigga gotta move like a crook move. I gotta get the beat in my head." What song was that? Do you know what song I'm talking about?
Jesus Christ. Can you say that again? How you gonna
Okay,
just like
I'm gonna get to a part that is that's more popularly known. Ooh, I kind of want to just hit this and give you move like a crook move. What song is that?
hold on.
I don't even want a lyric. I just want to know what the name of the song is. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I guess I have to put it in here. I was about to say it out loud.
Good dude. I know you love me like cook food. Up, up, up. You got it.
Boom.
Reinhardt didn't know.
Reinhardt. You could Google these things. We do have this thing called Google.
We got D with 4 points.
I got 5 now.
You got 4 points.
You just told me I had 4 before this, and
I said you had 1. I said Joe had 1. Reinhardt had 1. You had 3. Oh no, you answered 1 before this. Yeah, now you got 5. Right. It's I'm telling you. God, what is really going on?
Poor friend.
He said he liked to exercise his mind.
I do too. But guess what? I am not a Jay-Z fan like that. I like him.
Jigga.
Yeah. If you give me the most, famous part of the song, I might be able to get it.
Well, you got this one. I don't know how you got it without knowing.
I Googled it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how did you? What did you do? Did you? What words did you use?
What you said?
Oh, you remembered it. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to remember that. Good Lord. We got one more story, and it's kind of in the crime family as well. It's just a little bit, but um, it's kind of one of those things that, damn, shit
Mm.
just happens. I guess he said he could tell me 5 Jay-Z songs, but this is one of those cases where this author, who, I mean, the story had, oh, you got some LL. Well, we'll see. I'm
Yeah.
gonna find out.
Love
I'm
me
gonna
some
find
LL
out.
Reinhardt. You know, LL is doing a Christmas special. I don't know the date, but it's this month, and I will be watching. I love me some LL. He be licking his lips. It's all right.
Ladies love Cool J.
Yes.
So yeah, we have the this situation where this Anthony Broadwater, God, what is wrong with me?
It's
Was
all right.
served 16 undeserved years in prison after
Oh my
this
God.
author wrongly identified him as the man who had raped her in 1981. So he
Mm.
was convicted in 1982, and then he uh he sat for years in prison. They finally overturned that conviction. So I mean, he's been released. They overturned the conviction. It's no longer part of his record. But once you've spent 16 years in prison, I mean,
What are you supposed to do when you get out?
right?
The world has completely changed from 1982. You'd have had cell phones, computers,
Yes.
self-driving cars, everything in the world. You got grocery delivery, all these things
Hmm.
that you missed. The
Messing
internet,
around.
like
The entire.
navigation of life.
Yep. It's a whole different
Oh,
world now. It's a whole different world. But yeah, so now she's apologizing.
mm,
I mean, how do you, and this is okay. I don't like to say this because I don't want it to get to a point where we don't believe women when they say that these things happen to them. I want us to always realize that it's a possibility that what this woman is saying did happen to her. I also want you to consider that people make mistakes. Like eyewitness testimony is the worst kind of testimony that you can have, because a person can see one thing, and it's not what's truly represented in front of them. They think they saw something, and they tell you what they think they saw, but our memory is garbage. So eyewitness testimony is the worst. So her saying, yes, this is absolutely the person who attacked me, means to me that she could also be saying all black people look alike, so yeah, he looks just like the guy. And she might not even be meaning it in a racist way, but to her, everybody looks similar. So yeah, this might have been the guy. This might have happened to her, and she was mistaken. And then there are people who lie.
yeah.
There are also people who lie. I will never just hang um all the weight of the world on one person's eyewitness testimony or one person's experience, one person's story, because people lie. And I know that it's not popular to say that you're supposed to believe the woman no matter what. You're supposed to be smart, and you're supposed to move with discernment. And in this situation, this all happened before DNA became a thing, and this all happened before everybody having a phone in their pocket became a thing. I can honestly say that the lady could have made a bona fide, just honest to her mistake. But when you make an honest mistake, somebody lose 15 years of their life, 16 years.
I'm sorry. And where did this happen at? Because I was trying to look up and see the eligibility, like is he eligible for any type of compensation? Like, because if he's not, even like, this is defamation of character. This is like everything. He can actually, try to sue her. Like, I don't like to add monetary
value
to things, but this man has not worked in 16 years. How do we know he has a safe place to live, do things? This is setting him up for so many different things. He could need therapy. I'm quite sure he probably needs therapy. Like, what is he supposed to do with the rest of his life? What does this look like for him? Because this could be a tragedy turning into another tragedy, where he may take, some people have taken their lives because they can't deal with all the change. Right. And we're not implementing anything to help these people when they get out of jail, especially for something like that. What if someone is wrongfully accused and you just said sorry, but not, sorry. Like, what is he supposed to do with that? It's just not enough for
right.
me. It's not. I would love to know some of the details, because if you just off an eyewitness, it's just, I know they have DNA.
Of course, there's just this going back to the 80s. And what we got was a combination of, she said that this happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the area, he was walking, and she said, and the police kind of suggested that it could be him because it was a black guy, and she said, yeah, it was him. So now you've talked this victim into believing that this is the guy, and some little hair evidence that they pretty much, now that evidence that they used to lock him up has been deemed junk science. So now, of course, now we got DNA. So you can pretty much narrow it down to 1 in X hundred millions of people now. But back then, yeah, all it really took was her word and some junk science to get this young man locked up. He's been free since 1999. So he served his 16 years. He's been free, but now he's been exonerated. So they had already let him out, but now he was still listed as a sex offender.
So even not only did you let him out, you didn't exonerate him at the same time. So now he's living under sex offender guidelines.
From 1999 all the way up to this, what is this, 2021?
Years.
Yep. So yeah, he said he's been free since 99. His life has been stunted by his status as a sex offender. He notes that he's been turned away from jobs, educational opportunities, and he even chose to not have children due to his conviction status. So yeah, pretty much it just robbed him of completely robbed him of his quality of life. Girl, something going on. I don't know if it's animals out there having a fight or what. What's really going on?
So, Tasha, can I talk about what just came? I don't know if you've been paying attention. What just came past my phone?
I don't have my phone near me.
So, Chris Cuomo, he got terminated by CNN.
So they got enough evidence to move that from a suspension to a termination.
Yes.
Wow. Let's
yes.
So Chris Cuomo, obviously, there was enough evidence to to uh to make him complicit in his brother's extracurricular activities as a governor, and
Yes,
it
because
said it's effective immediately.
it said
Wow.
that they
So yeah.
indicated that he played a larger role than previously known in assisting his brother. You know what?
Wow.
I go over my brother's house and we would have it out. Because if
And
you hadn't done this mess,
I would
you
still
wouldn't
have
even
my job.
have it.
But no, if we wouldn't have done this mess, because obviously it was something going on, something that his brother knew that he was doing this shit. Now, it's one thing when you say, you know, you can't hold me accountable for what my brother did, kind of like Juicy
Juicy,
Smollett.
justice for Juicy.
Kind of like him and his sister. She's like, you can't hold me responsible for what Jussie did. Now I've got my brother's back, but I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't do that shit. This dude
Yes.
is obviously part of it.
Well, I think they got him more on the ethics of it.
Yeah, you lied.
So, you know, that's where that's a conflict of interest. You shouldn't have even, got involved in it. Like
Yeah,
he
you start
said that
showing,
whole
giving your brother the information on the people who.
yes.
So yeah, I mean, you did too much, Chris, as
Yeah.
far as having his back, and now that did make him kind of complicit.
So now I'm like, okay, what's next for him? Like, is he gonna take a small hiatus, or is he gonna get a podcast where he could just hook it
You
up from
know,
home?
it would
Um,
probably the smart thing for him
to just
would
let it
be
die
to,
down until it's over.
yeah, just wait till all of it has played out, and then make your comeback on your own as your own entity. Do your podcast thing, do something like that instead of trying to be, because you're not gonna get he's not gonna get another. I would think that he's
I was
not going
about
to
to
get
say, I don't
another
know about that
network
one.
job. Yeah, that was about to be very dangerous. What I was about to say.
Yeah, I was
Oh gosh. Well, yeah, he definitely. Yeah, he gone effective like right now. Right now. Yeah, he
jeez.
should have. Yeah, he should have kind of. I
You
don't know
should have
what to say.
you should have stepped back when you, like you said you were gonna step back. And
Hmm.
his rebuttal was, oh, I didn't cover it. No, this is the code of ethics,
Hmm.
code of conduct. This is an HR situation all day long.
And yeah, I don't know how you get. There's no getting around it.
And
Yeah,
how could you not, dig into this without using your name? It's not like it wasn't tracked to you. You obviously thought these people were your friend, and they weren't
Teflon,
gonna
right?
say nothing about giving you this
Well,
information.
no. Now he found out that he don't have too many. No, they not his friends. They told. They raised their hand and they told. So
Mm-mm-mm.
Chris Cuomo is officially out at CNN. And one thing I guess I can say about CNN and is that they did their investigation and they made a tough decision, but it was the right decision to separate themselves from the fray of all this bullshit that Chris that's coming along with the Cuomo name. They did everything. What did he say? Not everybody in that family is unemployed. Oh, or now everybody in that family is unemployed. But
No, but
yeah,
I mean, it's just like the stigma is it. This
yeah,
could have been avoided in so many ways.
avoidable situation. Absolutely. Uh,
Just terrible.
I'm glad CNN kind of took up. took a higher road than what we saw with people like with the Fox stuff when that shit happened. You know, we've forgotten because it's been a year ago, and this shit happens like something is happening every other month now. So Fox didn't make the right decision immediately, and neither did CNN, but they took it a little bit faster than what Fox did with their mess that they had.
Jesus. I know.
Did you hear about this at the Lakewood church out here in Houston, Joel Osteen's church, where they found $600,000 stuffed behind the toilet in the church? That becomes newsworthy. And I mean, this is just some old shit that, I mean, it just happened, but this is just some shit because I ain't got nothing else to talk about right in this moment.
The plumber found it.
The plumber.
Bless that plumber's heart, because I would have kept that.
Baby, it would have been light. It would have been light $200,000, especially because you guys are pretending like you didn't know it was there. So, okay, church, you're pretending like you didn't know it was there. So it was only 500,000 stuff behind the toilet, you know.
Whatever, more than that.
Yeah, finder's fee. We got a little finder's fee. What makes this even kind of newsworthy is look at this devil.
and then the next thing, look, he didn't get enough from the whole flooding situation, and you back into the news again for this mess.
What he did was a couple years ago, they said, hey, the church has been robbed of $600,000 in cash. So now you're finding this money that you said was missing.
Oh my!
You're finding that in the church behind the toilet. What that look like to you?
Oh my God!
Does that look like tax evasion?
This looks like.
Does that look like money laundering?
Stupidity. Because if you put it in behind the were you trying to put it back or was you trying to get it out? Like, I want to know, because
the toilet, I don't know, somebody called the plumber, the toilet, the plumber seriously just said the toilet was a little wiggly, so he was going to switch it out. And when he pulls the toilet out, it was money back there. So how much money was back there before? Has it always been 600,000 or has it been $1 million? And we just going back there and pinching off of it. Did Joel Osteen put it there, or did somebody in his employ put it there and they're using that as their personal bank account? It's just that opens up a lot of questions
to me.
But I'm telling you, I don't trust Joel Osteen far as I can throw him. Let me see. We had a couple of comments here that I lost. Goodness. Oh, it was only 3 minutes ago. Okay. Reinhardt said, I'll be honest with you. Although it makes me a little mad because the more liberal networks are willing to suspend people and fire people and Fox and them getting away with anything. They say anything and nothing ever happens to them. No consequences whatsoever.
Exactly.
People can be mad at me. I'm telling you, almost every televangelist on TV is dirty. Not all, but almost everyone. I guarantee you. I can agree
with that.
Yeah, because I mean,
we had, who was that? Creflo Dollar. He was asking his congregation to buy him a private jet.
And now this is, God bless they soul. A few of my aunties passed away during the shit show that was 2020. But it was something I must have said about Creflo Dollar, and it rubbed one of them the wrong way and told me about how I shouldn't be attacking the man of God and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that man is just as crooked. I'm like, he is probably more crooked than the drug dealer, than the person who steals stuff and fences it to a next person. You know what kind of people I'm talking about. They more crooked because they selling you something that you cannot prove that you'll ever be able to get until after you're dead. If you don't die, if we live forever, you will never know if what they were selling you is the truth. And then once you're dead, you can't come back and say, hey, he's lying to you. Or hey, he's telling the truth and we're having a great time over here on the other side. We don't know, because all that you have is their word to go on. There's no way to prove it. They selling you a dream. Whether you buy the dream or not, they selling you a dream. And these preachers like Creflo Dollar and Joel Osteen, they are selling you the dream that if you do stuff for them, that it'll get you closer to living your dream. If you give me money, like lots of money, if you give me lots of money, you'll be closer to living your dream, because God will bless you for giving me money, making me rich. But God will just bless you.
You see what Stacy put? Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yep. And it is biblical. It's in the Bible. Tells you it's going to be harder for a rich man to enter heaven than it is for a camel to get through the eye of a needle. So if your preacher
right there
is rich, filthy rich, guess what? The very book that they tell you to read and study, and then they tell you and they fish out verses that fit what they want to say. When you read that thing on your own, it's telling you that this rich person will not even make it to heaven. And if you're rich, you won't make it to heaven, because you will be less likely to part with the material to do what God or do what Jesus said. Jesus said what the rich man was like, how do I get to heaven? And when Jesus said, sell all your stuff and give it to the poor, that man walked away sad as hell. Why is he so sad? Because he can't part with the stuff. He cannot give away his material things. And that is how you know that these preachers are not, I don't want to say they ain't shit, but they ain't shit, because they can't part with theirs. When it was time to open up your doors to the people who need it, where was Joel Osteen? Someplace nice and warm, saying that, oh, the floor is leaking, I can't let you in. Really, Joel Osteen, really? But that just proved you want to hold on to your shit. You want to hold on to your shit. You don't want to be, or you are exactly like the guy that Jesus talked to. Told him, hey, you got to give away all your stuff. Give away all your stuff. Give it to the poor. And that man was like, oh, shoot, I ain't going to be able to do that, Jesus. Not going to be able to do it. Yeah, Stacy saying same as fake psychics, and you are 100% correct. That's what these people, they are the same people.
Yes.
Those fake ass psychics and these fake ass preachers. And I can honestly say that there are preachers in the hood, the preachers that the regular street level preachers with their storefront churches, that type of thing. They really believe this stuff. And I can't be mad at them for selling you this dream. But Joel Osteen don't believe it. Creflo Dollar don't believe it. What's the other big one? The one that has several jets and gets mad anytime somebody asks him about it.
TD Jakes?
Not TD Jakes. It's a white dude. It's a white preacher. Old dude too. Can't remember his name. But one day when I really got time, because today, I got time today. I can really, these preachers, if they are rich and they telling you that you can be rich, they're not trying to send you to heaven.
Trying to send you somewhere.
It is Kenneth Copeland.
Send you to the bank.
Kenneth Copeland. That's who I'm talking about. Let me pull his little ugly mug shot up. This man is filthy rich, and he get real pissed off when somebody asks him about how much money he has. And I'm like, they asking you because they have obviously read more than one verse in the Bible. They've read more than one verse. They know about that same verse that I'm talking about, but I can tell you some other verses too that tell you you're not supposed to be rich. But we won't even go there today. This is Kenneth Copeland. You know what? You seen
Oh
him?
yeah, I've seen him before.
Yeah, he's he's another one of the. Look at it. Look at this is the picture where he was going off on somebody when they was asking him about the private jet. I'm like, are you serious? This man is a piece of garbage. And yes, Reinhardt, you are 100% correct. Joel Osteen, Kenneth Copeland, Creflo Dollar, and I don't care which one of my aunties might be watching. I only got a couple left. If y'all want to get mad at me too, get mad at me. He is not the man of God. She said Waxwork's creepy. And you are correct. He looks like a fucking puppet.
I'll tell you.
You're not supposed to have all of this stuff. What did Jesus tell him? You ain't got to sell this. He was talking to a group of people. Put down your poles and I'll make you fishers of men. It is not supposed to be for the riches. You are supposed to be out there giving the gospel to people, but it is not supposed to ever be for profit. Ever. It was never supposed to be for profit. Here come Reinhardt. Reinhardt going down. Reinhardt said, I'm going to go there, Tasha. His wife ain't no better. There's a lady who had terminal cancer, and they said instead of going to the hospital and getting treatment, you can send us a donation and the Lord will take your pain away. The lady's daughter said she didn't know her mom was sending them like $1,000 a month. Does not surprise me. Does not surprise me because they don't realize that they are having faith in this man, because you don't need the intercession. You don't need somebody to come and get between you and God as far as answering for asking for a blessing. If you need a blessing and you are supposed to be a Christian, you can the person you have to go through is Jesus, not through any man on earth. You have to pray in Jesus' name. You don't have to pray through Kenneth Copeland and his wife's name. Thus, you have to ask yourself, why are they telling me not to go to the doctor? Just give us some money so we can pray for you. Why does this prayer come with such a hefty price tag? Because they ain't praying for you. They don't care what happens to you. I'm pretty sure they would hate if you die, because $1,000 a month is now gone. But I'm pretty sure
they got squeeze out as much as they can before you die. Tell you not to go to treatment.
Yep, they got about 10 more of you. It's about 10 more of you that's doing this exact thing. That's sending them $1,000 a month for their prayer, like their prayer holds any more weight than yours.
Like, Jesus don't need a middleman.
Jesus is the middleman. Jesus is who you have to go through to get to God. That's it. If you practice Christianity, I know that there are other faiths there where you have to go through Muhammad to get to God, or if you're Jewish, you got to go through the Abrahamic type religion of Abrahamic family lineage to get to God. But
exactly, Stacey. Do not look for rewards or compliments. Just do the good.
Just do the good. Because I can promise you, you get your reward in both places. You're going to get your reward here, just knowing that what you did was because you're a kind person. Mm-hmm. And you're going to get your reward. If there is a heaven, you're going to get your reward in heaven. But why wait? Take what you can get from out here. What we can get is what we give to each other for free. Don't cost a dime. If you see me sitting here, I'm doing this every week, 5 days a week. It ain't because I'm making so much money. It's because I love talking to y'all. Y'all give me something, I give you something. That's
and it's great. It's a great feeling to do something that you love to do.
Right. Just because you like doing it.
Yeah.
just because you like doing it. It's reciprocity. The good feeling that I get for doing something that I like is probably worth whatever you get out of this. It's what is it, a codependent type of relationship that we have.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. But
I know
these people,
I'm excited. I thought you'd put me off the show.
for what? For what? The hell am I putting
I
somebody
was
off
like,
of a damn show? Shit, I need more people on the show.
I was like, oh man. When I miss a show or something, I might be upset. I'm like, shoot.
But like the other day, like that was Wednesday that I'm thinking of. Wednesday, you wasn't feeling good.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
So and oh, right, Reinhardt said he what now?
I took
Reinhardt said he took his blood pressure.
today.
You want to read it? Because I can't. I ain't got my glasses on.
I took my blood pressure today, and it was really good. Talking about the ministers on TV that raises my blood pressure, LOL, period. And Tasha, that's a lot of local men on the cloth that is up to no good too. Yeah.
I 100%. I agree. Oh, even when I think about back home, embassies. You heard of that church?
ATM in the church.
Girl, not just one ATM, shit. Damn near a little wall of them. You got several ATMs now.
And I heard that they look at your bank, your income tax or your W-2,
trying to make sure that you're
giving the right amount of tithes.
Even though, now should I go into another Bible lesson? Y'all know I told y'all I was raised there, so I know the church. I also know that tithing was in the Old Testament, where God said, "Give 10% of your crops and this and that." Your first 10% was supposed to go to God. Okay. Then Jesus came along, and the law was done away with. The reason why the law was done away with, and the law is all of the stuff that you found back in the Old Testament, was done away with because Jesus paid the ransom. So there's that tithing and stuff, it was Old Testament. Once you came in with Jesus and you had to put your belief in Jesus, Jesus paid the ransom for you. You no longer have to do all that tithing and killing of animals and all of that stuff. That was all in the Old Testament. Jesus died for you so that you wouldn't have to do any of that anymore. They're not going to tell you that in church, of course, because it's bad for business. You still need that 10%. But the truth of the matter, Jesus paid the ransom. You are supposed to pretty much put all your faith in Jesus. You don't put your faith in the things that you have grown or your money anymore. You put your faith in Jesus. And then Jesus is the intermediary. Jesus is the person who goes between you and God. You have already erased the fact that you needed this tithe, this 10%. Go. Oh, he said, Tasha, you know what? You guys need the miracle water. Oh, I'm not joking. No. It's supposed to be blessed, and they get a bunch of people giving fake testimonials, and these people are terrible.
Reinhardt, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
So when that commercial comes on, I'm like, really?
I have heard about it. They used to do, not the miracle water, they used to do this piece of cloth that they said that they would bless this piece of cloth and send it to your home if you
Jimmy
send them X amount of money.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy in the room heard you. He said, mm-hmm.
Yep. They used to do this. So all of this stuff that they it ain't nothing new. We've seen it before. It's just getting crazier and crazier. The stuff that they are trying to sell you with this, what did you call it? The silver stuff. Reinhardt, do you know what I'm talking about? Alex Jones was selling it as well. Some kind of colloidal silver. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Coins? Not no coins. It's supposed to be something that you take. And now they're saying, oh, God told us that if you take this, you will not be able to get COVID. It's weird.
Reinhardt makes me so sick.
I drink the miracle water. The next week I got a check for $100,000 in the mail.
I ain't mess with you, Reinhardt.
Yeah, I'm with you, boy. And your best, yeah, because that is another thing, Stacy. You making me exercise all of my Bible knowledge, but that is what Jesus said when the Pharisees kind of cornered him and they were like, tell us what's the most important commandment. Because they were trying to get him to, they were trying to trip Jesus up. You can't, in the Bible, you ain't about to trip up Jesus, okay? He said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that's what his most powerful commandment was. Not don't lie, not don't steal, not don't kill, not the whole, none of that. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Because if you do that, then you won't do any of the other things anyway. So it's really easy. Just treat other people the way you want to be treated. That's the most important commandment. And all of these people who are out here robbing folks, they not treating people the way they want to be treated. Yeah, Reinhardt said that's Jim Baker. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Tasha, yeah, he's being investigated by the FBI for fraud. So yes, I don't remember what the name of it is, colloidal silver or something like that. Let me look it up. But it seems like these people, yep, it's colloid. Girl, I can't even say this. Colloidal silver. And there was another, like a little cult that just recently met its end, maybe a couple of months ago, where the lady, the cult leader, passed away. But when she passed away, her body had like a bluish tint to it. It's because she had been taking that colloidal silver, and it starts manifesting. First, of course, you're ingesting this shit. So, of course, it starts in your organs, and then it starts to manifest in your skin. So this lady was pretty much sitting here looking like a goddamn Christmas light when her and I'm not just saying this. She was looking like a Christmas light when she passed away, and she and I don't know if they thought she was supposed to come back to life or something. They kept her body out for quite a while. But anywho, they put Christmas lights around the lady's body too. So yeah, really? He said, I don't want to say any pastors who are out there who are doing it for real, and these people give them a bad name. Yeah, I'm sure there are some that are truly, like I said, that truly believe what they're preaching. And if they believe that, and they talk you know, and you believe it as well, then where's the harm in that? Everybody believes in the same thing. You know, I don't think it'll hurt. I don't think it'll hurt anything if everybody believes the same thing. But if I don't believe the shit, but I'm telling you to believe it so that you'll pay me, that's wrong. You know, a coffin light bulb.
Yes.
A coffin light bulb.
Yes.
I
was laughing.
What was the name of it? The God is love cult. That's the name of them. God is love cult. It was these people was really bad. It was really, really bad with this lady. She, first of all, she was very abusive to these people. Like, she was, I'm trying to find some real information. I don't know. Maybe it's not called the God is Love cult.
I could not imagine.
It was Love Has Won. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I could not imagine. Like, hey, if it's not nothing that got to do with shoes.
Shoes?
You ain't getting me to join nobody and be abused and do all of these things. I mean, this is crazy.
Listen, girl, love is what? I want you to to just get a better feel for what happened.
Do I
The
have to?
autopsy report of Amy Carlson, the leader of the spiritual group Love is One, has revealed the cause of death of the so-called cult leader.
Her
The
system
newly
was
released,
poisoned.
huh?
Her system was poisoned.
Yeah, with that doggone colloidal silver. The newly released report obtained by Guru magazine reveals that she died because of a global decline in the setting of alcohol abuse, anorexia, and chronic colloidal silver ingestion. Carlson was found dead in a house in Moffett, Colorado in April 2020. Her mummified body was adorned with heavy makeup and surrounded by a shrine, according to official reports. Love is One has been widely described as a cult. Earlier this year, Insider reported in depth on allegations of abuse and exploitation from former members. They called this lady Mother God. The autopsy report shows that she had several preventable factors to her death. She was 5'4" and weighed 75 pounds.
Oh my God.
She was 45 years old.
But look what all the things that she was doing to herself.
Yeah, she had the silver, of
She was
course.
drinking herself to death
Yeah,
and
she
not
had
eating and
this.
poisoning herself
The
twice.
report also notes that Carlson's skin had unnatural blue-gray discoloration caused by the supplement. So there's that.
Yeah, and her liver was shutting down.
And they're saying it's not that colloidal silver is not safe or effective for medical purposes. Love is One sold it as a supplement, though, falsely claiming it to have all-purpose healing benefits.
Reinhardt wants to know what her name is, and
Amy Carlson.
Reinhardt gonna call me a Barbie. He said, "Barbie, that's still scary." That be willing. Look here, Reinhardt. I love shoes. It was just a joke. I'm not gonna join something harmful to me. I'm a lover of shoes. Tasha can tell you.
Yes. Yes.
I love high heel
shoes. And baby, Lord. I had to get them things up on. I can't do it no more.
I went down to 3 inches.
They just don't work like that no more.
Girl, I found the beautifulest ones, boy, for my wedding. They was red and tied around the ankle. I said, Lord, these is beautiful. I walked outside the house and I said, Jimmy, go upstairs and get them white slides. Because this is not going to be a long thing. You talking about somebody creeping in the courthouse, Tasha? It was all for beauty that day.
I wouldn't have been able to do it. Younger me, I would have taken that thing for the team, like for Felicia's wedding. Felicia's wedding, the shoes that she chose were the worst. These had to be the single most uncomfortable pair of shoes that I have ever worn. So when we were standing up and getting ready to do, walking through for her wedding, and it was like daggers in my feet. But I still maintained and walked on up there.
Yeah.
And as soon as the last I do and we walking out, every freaking bridesmaid pulled their shoes off. I was like, Felicia set us up because she ain't wearing these shoes. The shoes that she had on was different. We was the ones wearing these stupid shoes with all this pain. I hope she listens so she can remember the torture that I went through for her and her husband to have a nice looking
That's
wedding.
Love.
Yes.
That's love, Tasha.
Altogether different kind of love. Because I would not.
That's unconditional
I actually wanted
love.
to find the person who sold me them shoes, or even showed them to Felicia. Whoever told Felicia, these would be a great pair of shoes for you to wear. No. Oh, I wish I could just do it all over again.
Oh,
I cannot. Okay. We've been talking for 2.5 hours. We got anything else? I'm back to normal now. At least I'm
that's good.
Vanity pain. Girl. Yes. And that's why I'm telling you, so much of what we go through as women, men too. I'm gonna assume that you guys do some things that are uncomfortable for you, but so much of what is expected of women to do is so uncomfortable, which is why I don't do it. Nope, nope, nope. If you somebody come up to me and they fall in love with me, I'm gonna know it's not because of any of the money that I put in myself. The most I'm gonna do is buy some hair. That's because I'm not doing the hair underneath it. But yeah, if somebody likes me, it's gonna be because you really like me.
Hey, I don't do nothing outrageous. I just start playing with the makeup stuff and I ain't that good at it, but I mean, I like my nails and my feet, and then I do a couple things with my hair, but just a couple.
Yeah, I did it at the
I
wrong
don't
minute.
know how you do that. I
What's
had
that?
a fake wig on, and girl, I
Oh,
went to this this Halloween party. Girl, by the time that thing was hot, by the time I got ready to go, they were taking pictures. I said, when I get in this car, this thing coming off. Soon as I got in the car, it came off. And I said, I don't see how they do it, Jesus. I had braided it up and everything on there. I said, this is
all
not for
wigs
me.
are not created equal. They are
No,
not.
no, they not. They not for me. I need my
Yeah.
scalp to get some air at some point. And I'm tender headed. So like this
Oh,
was a stretch for me. But
girl.
I was like, I'm trying to keep from not getting a relaxer so much in a year, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. So braids is doing good. But my friend that did it, she did it well and she didn't hurt too bad. But girl, when she be start pulling out here, I'm like this.
Ah,
And she's like, that's a shame. You're so tender. I don't care. I've been tender head all my life. It's not gonna, but I can't do, I can't do, I did try to do the glue ins back in the day. That wasn't good for me. So it was just like, no. You
yeah.
you gonna get me every day. Like this is what I look like every day. I ain't getting ready to shave off my eyebrows and draw
Sit
some
tender
more on
headed.
them. Yes,
Right. I'm
I'm
not
not.
the least bit tender headed. I'm not the least bit, you can do whatever. And I'm not so attached to my hair. Like
I love my
I
hair.
can cut it all off tomorrow.
Bless
Because I
your
know
heart.
that by the end of the year, it's gonna be back. That's just
It's a
me and my
blessing.
hair. I have that relationship. Y'all know I got hair. So you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm wearing wigs because I'm bald headed. It's because simply I know that with me, hair is like a just an accessory.
Mm.
It's an accessory.
And I
And one
love my
day I'm gonna
accessory.
cut it all off. Cut it all off and start all over again.
I'm not doing
Yeah.
that unless I have to, unless I'm
Oh no,
forced.
it's not for everybody.
No,
Again,
I'm saying, but and
yeah.
then you gotta have a good shape up under there. But I
No,
guess you
you
won't
you
know if
yeah,
you
you
don't go
gotta
and cut it
believe.
off.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
gotta believe you got a good shape under there
yeah,
because
because
I don't know what my head shape looks like to somebody else.
but you know what it looked like to you. You didn't
Yeah,
felt
for
it
me,
before,
it's fine. Yeah. But I don't know
so.
what if somebody else
But
might have something.
I've seen women, and when you had your hair short haircut, like they jazz it up, they put the little lip gloss on. Some of them don't, and they still look good. It grows even on them. I'm look. I'm sorry. My hair is definitely my glory, and I will take care
I'm
of
trying
it.
to say, I'm trying to see like the shortest I have ever gone with my hair. Oh, we can go right here. You gotta
Yeah, when you
excuse the I don't even know if this is the shortest. I think it might have been shorter than this at one time. Let's see. Oh, where's this thunderstorm? That might be the shortest I've ever gone.
okay,
And but within a couple of months, it was right back to like where I could do shit with. I be knowing that okay, I might have this month of it being bald all the way around, completely bald.
and the air can get to your head. Oh,
And then besides that, though, I know that next month I'm gonna have so much hair that I can hit it with that sponge, and it's gonna do exactly what I want it to do. What did Reinhardt said, y'all gonna laugh your rear ears off at me because this has nothing to do with anything we talking about, but it's funny. But tell me what's so
Go
funny.
ahead, Reinhardt.
Ooh, and it's a thunderstorm right now. I don't know if
You know,
anybody
back
hears
in the
this.
day, if it was any thunder, we wouldn't be on TV. Everybody
Right.
be asleep. You couldn't
Turning the
take a
damn lights
bath.
off.
You couldn't do nothing.
Well, no, I don't know about the bath part.
No,
But
my grandmother like, you can't take a bath. She don't even want you to talk during thunderstorm. I said, Mama, we can't go back over there when it's raining.
Right now, shoot, we had some rules though
I said,
about
what?
thunderstorms. Like, yeah, turn the TV off. What we
Yeah.
gonna do? Talk to each other.
I
Yeah,
said, Jesus Christ.
I hear this thunder.
Where the
Reinhardt,
kitty
you're gonna have to
cats?
get to your story now, bro. What is really going on?
The kitty cats not running around?
They on the outside of my room. I don't and then by me having this on, this is the ear that I can't really hear out of. So this is the one closest to the wall. So I can't hear with this on.
Yeah,
They could be out.
He's got it up there.
A young lady I work with who is Hispanic heard me saying I used to work at Chi Chi's Mexican restaurant. I think she's like 30. So they're all closed down by the time she was born. And she said, Larry, do you know what Chi Chi's mean? I said, no. She said, it's a slang word for women's breath. You didn't know that? You didn't know the Chi Chi's? Tatas, Chi Chi's, all the same. It's all the same. It's Chi Chi's.
Come on, Reinhardt. Good Lord. Get it together.
Oh, he said, what? They named the Mexican restaurant a woman's breast? They named an American restaurant Hooters.
Yeah.
Just call it as Hooters. What's that?
That is true.
Y'all get in the closet in the dark was Granny's rule. Get in the closet when it's raining outside.
Golly.
Oh gosh, girl.
Complete silence in the dark.
Yes, indeed. Shoot, you thought it was bad turning the TV off and getting out of the tub. Shit.
I ain't never heard that before.
You was going, but you know what though? Miss Stacy is our elder. So I mean, it's a different set of rules that probably happened when she was younger than when we are, that when we were.
Look, I mean, we did nothing short from the closet. My grandmama said, "Look, you just be dirty because you ain't getting in the tub while that thunder and lightning and raining is going on, and turn off the TV because the lightning might strike my TV."
I guess they felt like everything was a lightning rod. They thought water was the lightning rod. The antenna to the TV was the lightning rod. You open up the refrigerator, that's a lightning rod. You can't do nothing when it was raining outside.
That's why you go to sleep.
Just no, I told you what we got told to do. Talk to each other.
We couldn't talk.
Shit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my mom would be like, talk to your brothers.
Get off the phone. Yes.
Because lightning to run in the line.
Yes.
Now, anything
at my
that
mama's house
to do with some type of electricity.
At my mom and dad's house, we ain't had none of them rules. Shoot, folks on the phone, several TVs going, folks in the shower, all at the same time.
I'm going to the bathroom, D. Give me a second. I'm gonna put you big.
Okay. All right.
You keep it, you hold it down. Keep talking.
So I'm just like, Miss Stacy, like, ouch. Is it really true that you all had to get in the closet? And how many of it were you in the closet? All right, Reinhardt, I see you saying D.L. Hughley had a stand-up, and he said years ago, somebody go get his mean grandmama's house, and everything you do, yes, will run up the light bill. And I still use that today. It's just me and my husband, and I'd be like, golly, you gonna run up the light bill. How many lights do you need? So I definitely feel that one, Reinhardt. Always. Anything you do, run up the light bill at your grandmama's house. If you open up the refrigerator too many times, the light bill will be going up. So I'm like, Grandmama, that's not true. I don't think that's how that works. Well, she said, that's how it works in my house. I said, all right. Granted, Grandma, it is fine with me. Oh my goodness. What else you got for me, Reinhardt? Because you on a roll. Miss Stacy, I want to know how many people was in this closet. So what else y'all got for us? Well, for me until Tasha gets back from the restroom. Nothing? Everybody quiet out there? Nobody has anything to say? All right. So how many people have their tickets to go to see? Okay, hold on, Miss Stacy. Okay, no, Reinhardt. Oh, and also if you got an earache, you could blow smoke in your ear. I've never heard of that. Now, back in the day, my mom would buy this stuff called sweet oil and warm it up, not too hot. Put it in a spoon or an eyedropper and put it in your ear, and then you put some cotton in there. Other than that, you go to the doctor and get some antibiotics. But I've never ever heard anything about blowing smoke in your ear. So Miss Stacy here, she says tooth fillings attracts what? Tooth fillings attract lightning. So she said no one talk. Yeah, we did. She thought to even see that light wasn't abstracted, mostly 3. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's another first I've ever heard.
I remember that D.L. Hewley skit.
Yes, because that's this day. And then Reinhardt, trust me, they used to do it too. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Then,
I ain't never heard about no smoke in the ear.
I know it was the sweet oil in the ear, remember?
It was what?
The sweet
Cod liver.
oil?
Yeah. Some cod liver or something was going in the ear.
Yes. Yes, Reinhardt remembers that. I hate that my grandmothers raised me so I skipped a generation.
Yeah. Yep. You got the old stuff. You got the old school.
But that old stuff worked.
Some of it.
We used to, well, everything my grandma tried on me. I felt like some type of
because they had no
science
choice
project.
though.
Yeah.
They didn't have no choice. They didn't have all the drugs that we got, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Quintel was a baby and he was having trouble with that milk. And she was like, just put some castor oil in it. And I'm like, no, it wasn't the trouble with his milk. It was being constipated from the milk. And I was like, oh, he's constipated. And I don't know, you know, I didn't grow up with my grandmother. Mm-hmm. My grandmother was in Mississippi. We were up north, and it wasn't like my first instinct would always be to call my grandmother, but something told me to call my grandmother. My grandmother had forgotten who she was pretty much by this point, but she remembered to put the castor oil. And yeah, and when he
Tasha, I got a funny story about that. You know, my mama used to try to put that.
You got a question right here though before you get to that. It say B, but it means D.
I graduated in 1994. Reinhardt, I graduated in 94.
Okay, now.
So
you wait on him. Tell me your funny story.
So
I guess I can make you big. I guess I can share the screen with you again, huh?
So my mom used to put that castor oil in our orange juice, and I didn't check it.
Oh,
and I drunk it, and it's like there was this stuff on the. I'm like, Mom, what is this? You need that to clean out the system.
She done laced your shit with some castor oil.
Man, from then on, I had to watch her with that orange juice.
Yeah, but she was making sure she was looking out for y'all. She was trying to make sure that your shit stayed clean.
couple of years. Wait a minute, it was no, I was a kid then, but I'm telling you, I was an adult, and I couldn't go to the bathroom. I was feeling real bad. I had I have it in the cabinet, and I took it. And I told my mama. She said, "Oh, you had to be feeling real bad to take that." I said, "I was. I said I thought I would never ever do this, but hey, it got me right." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh my
that
goodness."
castor oil. Man, I ain't messed with no castor oil since. Like, it's been a very long time since I've touched some castor oil. Not as long as they got Miralax. Miralax does work for me. If you know, just in case you wanted to know about my shit schedule. There we have it.
Oh Lord. So Miss Stacy said she was raised by her great grandparents. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a simple life. I remember my grandmother lived in EC. Oh my God, Indiana. For people that don't know,
Yeah,
East
Chicago, Indiana.
We walked everywhere. Didn't complain. She used to pull out her little cart. It was a little wired cart, and it with wheels on it. And that was. She would put the groceries in there. We put the laundry in there. You know, and go to the laundry store, and we would go on Main Street to the parades. They had the Mexican parades. Oh my God. All the floats and the dresses and stuff, and they throw out candy. The worst candy in the world is that nasty blue candy that tastes like cough syrup. You down. You know that. You know what I'm talking candy about. Yes.
Yeah,
it was the blue. It was horrible, but it was just. I just think about it. Life was so simple.
Yeah.
Then just so simple and peaceful. We went over my grandma's house every weekend. It was so wonderful. I'm like, what would I give to have those days of simplicity back again?
This Reinhardt was talking about. He said he's talking about his grandmother, I believe. Let me tell you, that beautiful, strong woman. She quit school in the 6th grade because they had to work, but that woman could read and write, and she was smart. She may not know all the fancy words, but she was smart. And that's the way my daddy, I think, had an 8th grade education. 8th grade education. But all the stuff that my father knew how to do was self-taught. So building that freaking whole basement the way he did, and wiring it up, and he turned the garage into an apartment at a point. A lot of the stuff that was, we talk about that toolbox where your family hands you something down and you hand that to the next generation, whether you know you're doing it or not. That was something that my brother Tone picked up on a lot. So Tone, that's why Tone works in what he did. He worked in maintenance at those apartments, and he learned a lot of that stuff from my dad. So yeah, and then Reinhardt said, "Oh my God, D, you like 5 years old."
Reinhardt, I don't appreciate that. You add 40 to you put some respect on that.
Put some respect on her name.
I'm 45, and in 3 months I'll be 46.
Ooh.
Well, how old are you, Reinhardt?
Reinhardt is a little older than me, I think. Because I graduated in 91. I think he said he graduated in 88, 89.
Oh, well, you know.
So he said, let's see. You got one. How about you and your brother and your cousin eat some candy that you found in your grandma's dresser, and it was X-Lax? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what you get. You shouldn't have been in her drawer.
No, looking for stuff. Found some chocolate. You sure did.
You was all, I know that was a messy situation.
Right. It's a shitty situation that you in. Stacy said she was chased around with that crap and would escape up a tree. Years later, they cut her elm tree down. Oh, and walking was a thing.
Yes.
Walking was a thing even when we were growing up. It was
and riding our bikes.
We would ride our bikes and walk everywhere.
Girl, I get on that bike now. That bike is my enemy. That seat is the devil.
I said I'm gonna get a bike, but you know,
you gonna have to get a big huffy seat because it feel like I bought
Oh
me a
God.
bike. I got a stationary bike and I got a regular bike. And I'm gonna tell you, I had to go get some of them shorts with the padding, and I
Mm-hmm.
had to put the padding over the seat, and it was not enough. So Jimmy
I
had to
wonder,
go get
yeah.
me a bigger seat. Lord have mercy. Oh, it was so bad. I had a spinning cycle incident where I was just chafe. It was horrible. I couldn't even go to work. I couldn't put
Gosh.
nothing on. It was awful.
Oh, oh no.
Yes.
Stacy says she had true freedom, freedom to do her chores and have her fun times. That was
Yes.
us. Yep.
Yes.
Reinhardt, of course, he answered your
Mm.
question. He's 53.
All right,
Yeah,
Reinhardt.
you're a young buck.
Give me
You're
a
still a
break.
young dude.
Man, it's-
And he was like talking about back in the days again. He said they only had one bathroom in the house and it was a mad dash. Now we had two bathrooms, and the one downstairs was for number two. And then the one upstairs, you can know you do everything else upstairs. But if you had to do number two, take it downstairs. You couldn't do that upstairs.
thank God. When my grandparent, well, my grandmama in EC, she had one bathroom. She lived in the senior citizen building, but my grandmother, her house had two bathrooms, one upstairs, one downstairs, and then my big mom, she had like a duplex, so it was a bath. It was one bathroom upstairs and downstairs, and then my parents, we always had two bedrooms. I mean, two bathrooms, and now we have two bathrooms because
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy is like, you and all your stuff gotta go take it to your
There
bathroom.
would have been no way that I would have been able to survive with me and Pook both being in one bathroom. That was like a must have. We definitely had to have a separate bathroom. I got some, well, we'll talk. I got some news about her too, but we'll talk.
Okay.
But yeah, so sharing a
Okay.
bathroom would not have worked because first of all, I got tubs full of stuff like my hair supplies, my the tools that you use for your hair. We
Yeah.
ain't even talked about makeup and all of this stuff. All we talked about was hair,
Yeah.
and the bathroom is already overrun with shit. So there was no way.
Yeah. Now what?
Wait a minute. Oh, it was a mass. It was a mad
Yes.
dash after the X-Lax was taken. Yeah,
Now Miss
I don't
Stacy
think I would have
said
been it
to use an extra large sanitary pad.
to that bike seat.
Got to
I
do
don't know.
something.
I don't look, girl. I don't even want no excuse to have to buy them things ever again. I'm so glad I ain't got. I'm through with that. I don't want to have no
Unfortunately,
reason to
it's
have to
still
buy them
got.
things again.
I don't
But
have to
anyway,
buy those. My daddy used to call them mattresses when I was younger. So I'm not at that capacity too much anymore. But man, it's rough.
and then
Reinhardt.
what is this? He said we had a thunder mug and a two-seater outside, but we upgraded years later. I don't know what a thunder mug is.
Is a two-seater
The
the
double
bike
bike?
with double bike? Come on, Miss Stacy. Tell us
So
youngins what
you
that
can't
is
leave us
exactly.
hanging now. You got to
You
tell
look,
us.
do I need to Google Thunder Mug?
Yeah, I don't know what a thunder mug is. Yeah, it's been a long time since I got my big ass on a bike. Oh Lord, have mercy.
I still got it. I I didn't fall.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, that's what I said. Once you know how to ride a bike, I think you know how to ride a bike. I got to get one just for these short trips, like going to the grocery store right up here. Get me a little basket on the front. The only problem to me is like, what am I going to do with this bike when I run in the grocery store? Or what am I going to do with this bike when because I don't,
You gotta lock it up.
yeah, I don't trust that shit. Somebody steal my bike and then I got to walk with the groceries. Now things have taken on a whole different. One
So
thing is one thing to ride a damn bike. It's something entirely different to walk.
a thunder mug is a receptacle for urination or defecation in the bathroom, in the bedroom.
Oh, it's like a chamber pot. So that's like a.
It's a poop bucket, a pee bucket. Is that what that is?
She said her house and a porcelain coffee mug looking thing with the lid kept under the bed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I
Wow.
get it.
Then Reinhardt said, I looked it up, Miss Stacy. I've never heard of that before. It's like a
Yeah.
chamber pot.
I had never heard of it either.
B.
Uh
Oh, if
yeah,
I
that's
look
this is
down
you
further,
always learn something, huh?
I've learned a lot today. Chamber
This is
pots,
what I'm
and
talking about. And
I had
put
never
blowing
heard
smoke in
that.
your ear and
Yeah,
shit, honey. Yeah,
I'm
we
not
done
gonna
learned a
try that.
lot.
Neither one of those.
Yeah, that was
Neither one
new.
of those.
That was new. Because I didn't know nothing about the thing up under the bed. Thunder from down under. Yeah,
Thunder
so I
from
guess
down
I
under,
get it. Yeah, it's down under. Down under.
way under.
Girl, so
Oh my God, it's been what?
so do your room take on the smell of piss and shit when you when you have a thunder pot or mug or whatever it's called? Does it like
I
it would
hope
have
not.
to kind of like she says it's got a lid though, so maybe that's enough to keep things at bay. I I'm glad that I came along when I did.
I do too. Because
Yeah.
that outhouse stuff, I wouldn't been able to deal with that
Now,
either.
see, I had to learn to deal with that just for the brief amount of time that we were in the military because you spend that 2 weeks outside. They do a 2 week bivouac where you are pretty much just you're outside, you're camping pretty much for 2 weeks. So you got to dig your hole. And if you got enough time, you can walk to the outhouse. But most of the time, they put the outhouse so far away, it was like you got to do a road march to get there. So your best bet is going to be to dig you a little foxhole and go ahead on and hover over that thing and use it
And
and
white
then
with a
cover
leaf
it up.
too.
Huh?
And white with a leaf too.
No, you mean you could if you were smart enough to prepare for bivouac, you might have had you some of the wipes, but if you didn't prepare for bivouac, then yeah, you got to find something to wipe with. Yeah.
Oh, Tasha, I
And
didn't know
all of
that
that
you
has to
did
be
all of.
buried.
I remember when you used to go away on the weekends. That was so sad. I hated when you left on the weekends, the
And I
first
used to hate
weekend of the
going.
month.
I hated going. Be like, I don't even want to go. I don't
Well,
want to
how did
go.
you even get put into that situation?
Because I was thinking that it was going to be the thing that would pay for my college. So
Mm,
what I didn't get scholarships, I was like, okay, this will pay for me to go to the rest. And then to find out that my father has probably had the same type of situations that I got, which is anxiety, but we didn't talk about mental health in that era.
mm-hmm.
He was so afraid that I was going to go somewhere and get killed. So he didn't let me
Oh.
go. So now I'm like, I did this so I could go to college, and I didn't want to go to school in Indiana. I wanted to go away to school. My daddy wasn't for it. Here we are.
Mm.
Here we are now. Instead of y'all watching me on ESPN, because that was what I proposed to do with my life. I wanted to be
Broadcasting.
sports broadcasting, not just broadcasting. I wanted to talk about sports, and now here you got me. You got me here with movies and TV, and that's
So
okay.
this all circles back. Like,
Yeah,
it's a shame we've been forever friends, and I didn't know that.
you didn't know that that's what I wanted to do with my life.
No.
Yes, yes, and I got a nephew who is saying that this is what he wants to do with his life, and I'm like, I don't care what anybody tells you. Take your ass to college because as good as you think you are, you can start a podcast. You can start a YouTube channel, but you can't replace the experience that you're going to get from going to school and learning that trade. So and plus people are not going to take you seriously without that
Mm.
piece of paper. That's it. That's all. uh Stacy said you get up and empty it each morning, not as smelly on freezing days. Yeah, I can imagine.
Put a little
And then
bleach in
Reinhardt
there
said,
before.
hmm.
I said you should put a little bleach in there. It won't smell as bad at night.
Right,
Jesus.
Reinhardt said, okay, we had an outhouse and it's disgusting. I have no
Yeah.
fond memories of it. It was traumatic. Our bathroom was clogged and the repairman couldn't get out till Monday, period. and I never want to use an outhouse again.
Mm. Even
That's
the
like those
thought of it
porta
just.
potties and shit, literal shit.
I
Look,
well, if I had to use it, if we go somewhere as a porta potty or something like that, I will not drink. Mm-mm.
so
I
you're
won't
not doing
drink
nothing to
anything.
fuel. You ain't doing nothing to fuel having to use the bathroom. But
Because
I
when we drive
definitely,
to Indiana, when we drive to Indiana, we stopped off somewhere and we got some gas, and I said, "Let me go to the bathroom." I went in that bathroom and came right back out. And Jimmy is like, "So I take it the bathroom is not presentable." I was like, "Hell no, it ain't presentable. I'm not about to hover over somebody come out of the toilet and bite me. I ain't doing that."
oh
I almost
gosh.
killed myself trying to hold all that.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
uh, but yeah, the bathrooms be nasty, especially if when somebody knows that they don't have to clean it up. They really make a mess.
Oh, look at what Miss she said is hornets and spiders in those holes. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have been able to do it, baby. I
oh,
don't know if I could have survived. I really don't.
oh. Can you imagine a hornet stinging you? Oh,
No, I cannot. Not in my
oh,
booty.
oh
No.
my God.
Last thing I would
Spider.
actually need in my whole life is for my ass to swell up.
I thought, look, I'm gonna tell you, I thought it was snakes would come up and bite you on the butt. I was
Oh
like, oh
gosh.
no.
No.
And you know how
Okay.
people are these days? They be to put something in there. Oh no.
Yeah, we got some sick folks. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
They put it in there just to watch.
Yeah.
Ugh. Just the thought. Well, anywho, I ain't got no. I don't. I'm tired. I ain't got nothing else. Hey, if you guys got topic ideas or suggestions, send those our way because we take that shit. Do that at sinister.media.network at gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Send that there, okay? Then you can support the show. Yes, you can actually pay me and D by
Oh, I get some
supporting the
money too.
show. Well,
Oh,
shit, why not?
oh,
If we get enough supporters, then you
all
will
right.
become a paid employee of Sinister Media Network. Duh.
Because I
But
need
we
to
right now we got
stop it.
five. We got five. We got five supporters on a regular basis. We have
No, I'm
Emily T.
6.
We huh?
I'm number
Well,
6.
you got to get on Patreon. So
Oh
we
man,
got
I don't know what
Patreon.
happened to my Patreon from before. It just
Yeah,
kicked me out.
I don't know. I don't know what happened, but yes, patreon.com/Tasha Pierce. That's where we are. Now I know Reinhardt went to the other Patreon page and there are levels to this Patreon thing. And I've got 3 Eternals level supporters, and that is Clarence, Emily, and Eileen. Then we also have Reinhardt and Libra Spirits. Those two are my Avengers level supporters. And believe it or not, there are there are tiers higher than Eternals level. Eternals level is like, yeah, you move up to celestial level, then we talking about, you must really love me. You actually gonna give me this amount of money. So take a look at patreon.com/Tasha Pierce. See if you can fit in one of those tiers, patron, to be a patron and become a producer of our lovely show, because we wouldn't be able to do it without producers. Stacy says snakes don't like poop either. She loves us and bye. So I guess she's like out of here. She can
Bye, Miss
hear that I'm
Stacy.
she can hear that I'm winding things down. So we also accept donations, one-time donations. You can do that in a super sticker, super chat. Uh, you can paypal.me/after the snap. You can get me on Cash App at Quinn's Mama, because I am Quinn's Mama. So there's that. And you can join us here again tomorrow on Stream Something Sundays at 3 p.m. That is where we're going to be talking about the streaming series and shows that we watched this week, to include Star Trek Discovery, Hawkeye, The Wheel of Time, and maybe if I get somebody else to watch Harlem with me, we can talk about Harlem as well. There's quite a few shows. Oh, we got Lost in Space, and I know that we've got at least one person watching Lost in Space, so we might add Lost in Space. We'll see. I'll let you guys determine what we talk about more or most. What else? Is there anything else we need to hit on, D?
No, I think I won't be here tomorrow, but
Yeah,
I'll have my earbuds in your place of employment.
Yeah, you gotta take it back to work. That's all our fun times is gonna end except for on was it Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. That's
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. Well, shoot. We still have Saturdays together. Shit.
I gotta plug up my phone. My phone just died.
Well, shoot, girl, you don't want that. I don't know where my phone even is. You know
it's
how I am about the phone. It might be in the bathroom.
Kitchen.
Hell.
Who knows? It's an emergency, knows? Lord. You'll never make it.
If it's an emergency, shit, they better keep calling. That's all I got to say.
You sound like my mama. Jesus.
Yep, if you call once, it wasn't no emergency. You got to keep calling till you get me. Then I'm going to know, oh, there's somebody who really wants to talk to me. But anywho, I ain't got nothing else.
I don't have
anything fun.
Else either.
You don't have nothing else either?
No, I think we talked about everything.
Yeah, but we
talked about how young I am.
We did 3 hours of talking.
Yes.
So shit.
Had a bathroom break.
Yeah, I smoked a cigarette. Shit, you thought I was just going to the bathroom, girl? I went outside, smoked, and everything.
Oh my God. We break.
Yeah. And now we about to break, and I will see you all tomorrow at 3 for Stream Something Sunday. Peace.
Peace.